Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 2 of Roll20 Presents Dungeons & Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. Hello and welcome. Hi, welcome back. On today's episode, I figure what, CR6, CR7, CR8? How many terrifying encounters can I throw at you?
You could please give us a beholder encounter right now.
Yeah.
I can turn into a wolf now, so...
So we fade in on the Song Tavern, which then bursts into flames as Zariel herself kicks the window in and flies in and just starts hitting people with her hammer.
It's okay, no, Blue Jay's a wolf, so we're safe.
Just neat. I'm just gonna turn into my own dog, and we're gonna do like a little like which one is the invulnerable one, and which one is the non-invulnerable.
No, that's not how this works. So let's actually introduce before we start talking about all this other business. This is our only episode to do this because this whole thing started right after our first episode, and then we'll be ending after Twitter. So this is it. This is our one thing. So we along with 4 other shows on this channel. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on YouTube and it's after October 1st, you missed the charity train, but that's okay. A bunch of shows that are operating here on twitch.tv/D&D are raising money via Child's Play, I think is the thing we're doing right now. And we're all giving away Extra Life. That's right. Yeah. And we're giving away stuff. So if you want to help the kids, help the children, you can do that. And we're giving away some cool things at the end of the fundraiser. Such exciting things as a personal thank you from us. So it'll be at the end of the next episode, I think. We'll go through and thank everybody. $10 will do my job for me and remember to give somebody inspiration, which I will never do. So if you want to pay to inspire the player characters, you can.
God help us.
Dave has some custom divination and dream interpretation available to the first 5 people who donate $20 in characters.
Which
the Great
I think
Sage.
we might have already gotten. We'll have to check the exact amounts, but we've gotten quite a few donations at different tiers.
Yep. If you want to bequeath an automatic nat 20 upon a player, you can do that. If the first 10 people to donate $50 can give me a NPC name, because they can't be worse than what the Forgotten Realms already has.
Yeah, no.
So I just
you
thought,
could make up anything.
That's fine. That's fine. And then the last 3, these are the big 3, and I like these ones a lot. $100 to get you a personal audio greeting from Floon Blagmar. I will call Floon up personally and have him record you a greeting. And then if you donate $666, the first person to donate the devil's number, they get a 1-hour private GM advice session with me via the internet. And then Blue Jay, you have delivered us our top honor for the person who donates the most in a what do you think? Is it a single donation, or do we want to lump someone if they donate multiple times?
If they donate multiple times, you can vie for this, but because it can only go to one person, the top donor of the thing will get to name November's dog, and I'll use it, and I won't complain. Only once, maybe twice I'll complain, okay?
Yeah,
If you don't name the dog Floon, I will cry.
Please name it something edgy. I need edgy.
Yeah, so if you want to name November's dog, if you got a really good creative dog name,
Count on Shadowbark.
See, great suggestions. Seeing a lot of Doggy McDogface, also definitely an option.
I checked. There's still definitely custom divinations available for the $20 level. There's I think 2 NPCs.
Nice. Yeah, people have been very, very charitable so far. So we've posted that link, the Extra Life link, a couple of times in the chat. We'll do that a few more times here while you're watching live. We'll talk about it again probably at the end of the episode. But yeah, this is the thing. It's ending on October 1st. So if you want to support Extra Life and you want to help us be the most charitable of all of the streams, please come. It's what Satan would want, and you don't want to let down Satan, do you? No, you don't.
Dog my dick. I am going to go with whoever the top donator is.
Yep. Oh my god, Barcaria. Perfect.
Bacaria.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. So yeah, so that's something that we're doing. And also, if you're watching any of the other shows, if you're watching Rivals of Waterdeep or you are a fan of any of the other shows on Twitch, go and check it out. Their pages will have their own different rewards and stuff. It's supposed to be a competition, but honestly, it's for the children.
It's
so who cares?
charity.
I mean,
It's charity.
okay,
It's a charity
okay.
competition.
Yes, it's a charity competition, but the winning team gets their like characters or whatever in some official D&D shit. So like,
yeah, that's
it's
true.
not just for charity.
It's worth noting, yeah, whoever wins, everyone on the show gets to pick a character that will end up in an official Dungeons and Dragons book or supplement. So that's, I guess, cool if you really like the characters from our shows and you want to see them in a real thing.
Put Ishi Snaggletooth in real D&D. Do it.
Yeah, yeah. If you want 8 in like an Eberron adventure or whatever, like, yeah.
Now I want to win.
I don't know. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for that. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, we have a week left, and we have some pretty
No!
heavy competition. But
God, you're gonna name the dog Kellenbor, and I'm gonna cry.
like naming your dog Kellenbor would be pretty funny, actually. So yeah, that's something that we're excited to be participating in. Thank you to Wizards for organizing it and keeping everything together. There's a lot of creative dog names out there, so
it's really good. They're
yep.
great.
I think Barkturus is my favorite.
Barkturus is pretty damn good.
Barkturus is really good. Yeah, so we don't have alerts on the stream, but I am watching. I'm watching all of you. I've got my eyes on you, and I'll be emailing people after the October 1st deadline to get those like character names and everything.
Yep.
And who you want your crit to go to and etc. So.
Yeah. Cool. So between last session and this one, we had some level ups. Everybody leveled to level 2. Yep.
I didn't roll my HP because I'm trying to be a good D&D player.
Likewise, I also didn't.
Yeah, smart moves.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, that was an accident.
Okay. It's okay. Nobody saw it. So Dave, I think your character had the most significant like thing to come up. So you at level 2, wizards choose what is it called? A school specialty?
Yeah. I did think it was a school until they started adding things like Warcaster and Bladesinger, which I feel like isn't a school. Maybe it is.
I don't know.
But since I'd already thought about it beforehand, and as part of the character concept, I specialized in divination.
Divination, yeah. I don't think I've ever played a diviner before. I played an enchanter once. That character did not last very long.
I did once in a one shot, and it's really fun to be like, you think you rolled this, but in reality, you rolled this other thing.
The wizard I had that was like 20 int 4 wisdom was a diviner. So I've done them.
I feel like a diviner with the lucky feat is like, I just choose what number comes up on the dice. That's it. Yeah, so how does that work? What do you get at level 2 for choosing to be a diviner?
I get the class feature of Portent, which, for those unfamiliar with it, gives me 2 dice that I roll at the beginning of the day, and I can substitute those for nearly any D20 roll. Attack rolls, saving throws, or ability checks.
Do you have to declare when this is like?
You do. I think you do it before you roll.
But yes, before the roll. You can replace a roll in this way only once per turn.
Nice. And that's once per, like you get that back at the end of a long rest?
That's right.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So that'll be fun. And you have a little macro you're putting together to do that in Roll20?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure do.
Okay, cool. So we'll try to remember to do that after every short rest. Does anything change for you, Blue Jay? What do you get at second level?
All of my druid stuff comes to like the 4. So I at second level get speech of the woods. I can converse with beasts and fae. So I just like woke up at second level and learned how to speak, read, and write Sylvan.
Okay. Yep.
Beasts can understand my speech, and I gain the ability to decipher their noises. It's not like a special friendship, but I can like give them presents and like, do whatever you would do for a regular NPC.
Yeah.
And then I also get my spirit totem, which is why I went spirit circle of the shepherd. So I get a incorporeal spirit that has an aura that has like different effects. So the bear spirit one, a hawk spirit one, and a unicorn spirit one.
Yeah, let me see if I can find tokens for those. What does each one do? It's a hawk, a bear, and a unicorn?
Yes, a hawk, a bear, and a unicorn. The bear spirit, each creature of my choice in the aura when it appears gains temporary HP equal to 5 plus my druid level, and advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while inside the aura. The hawk spirit one gives when you make an attack roll against a target in the aura, when a creature, I can use my reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. So I can use my reaction to give you advantage, and then you'd have advantage on wisdom perception checks while in the aura. And then for the unicorn spirit, we gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the aura. So like if there's invisible creatures or creatures that are really sneaky, like, I don't know, giant spiders. In addition, if I cast a spell using a spell slot, so not a cantrip, that restores hit points to any creature inside or outside the aura, each creature of my choice in the aura also regains hit points equal to my druid level.
Damn, it turns like every heal into an AoE heal. It's so good.
Yeah. So I can also move those summon spirits, and I can do it every once a short rest.
Okay, cool. I'm looking for tokens.
I see them. They're very cute.
I don't know if Yuikami has a unicorn token.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm looking.
It would be so adorable.
You could call it Unicorn.
We could look at that one. This is great. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
These are wonderful. Yeah. So I have these spirit auras. They last for a minute. And I can cast them once a short rest. And then I also have wild shape now. My tokens: a bear, a hawk, My Little Pony.
A lot of them are My Little Pony looking. I think there. This is Elf. Look, it's you as a unicorn.
What? I can't see it. Where is it?
Hold on,
It's on the stream.
I'll drag you back to the start page. I'm just throwing tokens out there.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah.
Lady Darkhoof.
God.
I like it. Okay. Well, oh my god, this is a good one. Look, it's Illidan's personal unicorn. Okay. Well, I'll find a good unicorn in the. Yeah, this is the stream now. It's just me shopping through the marketplace.
Just in case anybody wants to know what I'm doing at level 2.
For unicorns.
Yeah, what are you doing? Tell us. Please.
I have my 2 Eldritch Invocations that I get at level 2, which are my warlock special ability thingers. So I took Mask of Many Faces, which lets me cast Disguise Self at will, and I also took Fiendish Vigor, which lets me cast False Life at will. So I have a lot of spells that I can just cast. And then I also get another spell at level 1, but it doesn't even matter because what am I going to use other than Hex, honestly? So that's what I did.
Excellent. And let's talk about that. So there was something you were talking to me about.
So here's what I was.
An interaction,
saying.
Rules interaction.
False Life I can cast at will. False Life is a D4 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
And if I can cast it at will, then it stands to reason that I would cast it until I had the maximum every time I had the preparation to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's assuming we're not surprised in combat and I need to cast it up or whatever. But it lasts an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So casting it before I go into whatever place might be dangerous, I could just do it as many times as I want and get the maximum.
Yeah, right. There's a I cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog situation here where it's like why would I not have just cast it over and over and over until not to stack it on top of itself. That's not what we're talking about. No. We're talking about if you can cast the thing at will and you have an infinite number of time and there is a random number of HP, you would just do it until it recovers, right? Until you get the full number. So you get that 8, right? Yeah. So there'd be no reason to there'd be no reason not to cast it again and again.
Yeah.
So I wonder how do we want to do this? Because we're not playing a game in which there's a mechanical thing you can do to say it is my instinct to. How long does it last? I guess is the question.
Hour.
Right. Okay.
So this is like if
So
we
how
have
about this?
time before I go into a fight.
When you say to me, I cast false life, we're gonna look at whether or not there's any like threat or danger. And
Okay.
if there's none, then I'll just be like, cool, take the max. If not, like then roll because it's like your turn. Like
That
if we're
makes
tracking initiative order or whatever, then it's
Yeah,
worth
of
doing.
course.
Okay. So Blue Jay, I couldn't find a unicorn, so your totems are now a crow, a bear, and a seahorse.
Okay, cool.
Because that's what you get. Unless you had some other animal in mind to stand in, like we did with Chult, right? With dinosaurs. But
Is there like a cool mammoth?
yeah, let me look. Mammoths are like elephant unicorns.
Yeah.
You wanna find like Arctic animals?
Or like an Arctic creature because
Okay.
she's from the icy north.
Yeah, let's take a quick look.
Is there like a mammoth
Oh.
or like a narwhal? I
Uh-huh.
mean, she's not
A
from the
narwhal would be
ocean,
perfect.
but
Yeah.
it's like a unicorn. The closest
The-
animal to a unicorn is clearly a sea.
let's see what we got here. I have a crab. They have crabs in the Arctic. I just have some fish, some regular type fish.
No.
Like this guy. Look at a charming
Oh, it's a blobfish.
blobfish. The blobfish totem. I have this adorable rat that could be a totem.
Oh God.
What else we got?
Clearly a
Spiders,
chip- that's clearly a
toads.
chipmunk, Adam.
I got a celestial weasel. As an option. Who doesn't love a celestial weasel?
I love a celestial.
Yeah, we got octopi. We got fish. We got crows.
God, the Yuikami ones are so
We got
good.
crabs, bats. These are all for like familiar tokens. Let me see if there's like a beast. Let me see if there's a beast set. Minotaurs. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have like. I mean, a narwhal is a pretty deep cut, like a deeper cut than a unicorn even.
Can I
so
have a celestial weasel?
you want to have the weasel? Okay, what's the
Yeah.
weasel to stand in for the unicorn?
The unicorn, yeah.
Okay. Let's let me just do a real quick look. and
Instead of a
see.
seahorse.
Yeah, I mean the seahorse is pretty great. We got rats.
I can't believe she hasn't drawn a unicorn.
dinosaurs. I got like this
It would be so adorable.
scary fanged toad. Lots of different elementals, but yeah, not so much. Not so much on the. It's mostly like monsters, right? Because that's the kind of tokens you need.
Well, a unicorn's a monster.
If you're fighting a unicorn in your D&D game, you have done something wrong. You are the bad guys. Have you not seen
you're
the
always
last
bad
unicorn?
guys.
That's how it goes. That's the story. Don't fight the
Adam,
unicorn.
Adam,
Oh wait, you are. Bad
I
guys.
am the bad guy.
True. Okay, fair. That's
We're
right.
the bad guys.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I don't see. We got bullywugs, we got furbolgs, we got Goliaths,
Oh yeah, they're so cute.
dog people, merfolk, bunny people, turtles. Oh my god, look, it's Arcturus.
It is Arcturus.
Like that's straight up just an Arcturus token. I love
Precious
it.
fish boy.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, I got some animals. I got a giant lizard. I got a mole. We got giant snakes. Wendigos. Yeah, no, it doesn't look
Are
like it.
these things that druids can shapeshift into?
I'll
be so cute.
Those
I'll
are all
be even
monsters.
cuter.
Okay, so we're gonna leave you with for now. Let me.
I'll take the
clear.
celestial weasel.
Okay, so we'll do bear. Unicorn is instead a celestial weasel.
Yes.
Okay.
I
there
mean,
you go.
it's so precious.
Now, and what's the aura on them for these tokens?
It's 30-foot radius.
Okay. And what do you think? Like a nice like light blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. I think the whole map is very small. The scale on this page is tiny. So
Oh, right.
I
Wow,
will-
who knew?
I'll place that aura when we do the actual tokens.
That's not a horn. That's like stabbing it in the eye.
Perfect.
Please don't stab my token in
For
the
those
eye.
for those of you listening to the MP3 version, first of all, I'm sorry, and second of all, Dave drew a horn on the weasel and was like unicorn. Okay, there we go. Let me set these little nerds up. Cool. Okay. All right. So let's see here. 30-foot aura. That's better. Okay. And you can only have one of these out at a time, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's fine if
And I get one per short rest.
give them all the same color.
You could make it one rollable token.
Oh, that's right. That's a great point. Okay, well, that'll take more effort than I am interested in going into right this second, but
I wonder how mad Zaj will be that we killed his.
that's a really smart move, Dave. Thank you. So what Dave is referring to there is instead of having 3 separate tokens, because Blue Jay can only have one out at a time, have one token that's essentially got 3 faces, like a shapeshifter, and then when I right click it, I can choose what side of the token to display. I will make a note. GM homework. Totem rollable table. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Look at how many different features of Roll20 we have showcased before we even started playing.
I know.
Look at
Jesus.
that.
Wow.
You don't have to go
Wow.
quite so hard.
Okay, friends, let's get back to where we were. So the Elf Song Tavern is awash in blood.
Oh God.
It's the site of a great battle between some player characters and way too many pirates. You survived. You lived. You killed all of them.
Barely.
And the reason that you killed them all was because you are here to deal with the now very dead Tarina. Tarina is a contact of one Captain Zodge of the
Don't worry,
illustrious
guys,
Flaming
I have
Fist.
her head. It's fine.
Yeah, now she's a severed head.
Yeah.
Now she
I'm
eats us.
sleeping.
Sleeping. You're unconscious.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good point. So, you know what? I think you can be awake. There's no point in like rolling the D4 and like it's fine. So while you are unconscious, November, your pet, your as yet unnamed charity pet is
Right now its name is just Good Dog.
Good Dog. Is playing with Willow, the halfling druid that helped you defeat your enemies. The bodies, I think, have been carried out, but the upper floor of the tavern of the Elf Song now has like caution tape, fantasy caution tape across the staircase that says upstairs is out of order.
So it's just Skooma sitting on the stairs being like, God, don't.
Yeah, no. I think they'd probably stand Clank over there and they write out of order on the front of its armor. And he just puts his hands up like, no, you can't come in. And it's into this scene that we see Captain Zodge arrive. So Zodge walks into the Elf Song Tavern, a place that he's been lots of times before. And as Zodge comes in, and remember, Captain Zodge is played by Majima from the Yakuza series of games.
Yeah.
Despite his Texan accent, he has an eye patch and a ponytail, and he's wearing the crimson uniform of the Flaming Fist. He has his sword sheathed, his baton next to his sword, and he's got his shield strapped onto his back because he's not expecting to wade into combat. He is accompanied, as all Flaming Fists are, with several other Flaming Fist goons. Zodge doesn't go anywhere alone. He has his boys with him. So there are a handful of men and women also dressed the way he is. And they're accompanied by a stranger, someone we haven't seen before. And you can tell they're important because they're dressed differently. This person, he's maybe 20, if that. He's wearing like burlap robes tied with a belt made out of a rope. The hem of his robes are filthy and tattered, as are his bare feet beneath. And he is carrying a large tome, a large heavy tome, and the tome itself, the cover is wrapped in thorns. And so he's holding it, and you can see the thorns like digging into his arm as he walks in. So he's a young man. He's got he looks at first like he's got the Mr. Burns haircut, and maybe at first you'd think he's balding prematurely, but it's just that he's tonsured. He's got the top of his hair like shaved off, and so he comes in, and he looks around nervously, and we follow this priest's eyes towards the stairs and the blood stain on the ceiling and the slow drip of blood between the two slats of wood up above. And Zodge looks at Alan, the proprietor. Alan rolls his eyes and just points upstairs, and Captain Zodge, his goons, and this priest of Ilmater in tow head upstairs. So we hear the sound of like thump, thump, thump of boots on the stairs coming up, and we fade up to the group of you. What are you doing? November, you have 1 hit point. You've just recently woken up from your traumatizing experience. What knocked you out? Did you get hit with a thug? Did you get meleeed by a thug?
I got hit with the thug.
So your captain stabbed you out. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, he hit me once and I was like, I had like 3 hit points left, and then he stabbed me with his little dagger.
Right. So you were knocked unconscious, and when you woke up, you could speak another language, which is cool. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, weird, right? I don't think that I've realized that yet. You
Mhm.
know, I don't think there's Sylvan just floating around that I'm looking at and being like, I can read this now.
Yeah.
I think that she took one of like, I don't know, there was like a beer or like a metal beer mug,
A
and she took
Stein.
it. Stein, yeah,
Mhm.
whatever, I don't know. And she took it and like it frosted in her hands, and she like put it like on her head and she hit the floor.
So
when
you
she
had
fell.
druid craft, right?
I don't think that she actually does.
Is that you just not a thing you have?
Does everyone have druidcraft? I didn't take it.
Oh my God, look.
I
just
took Hurdy cantrips.
random aside, November, look, I found you a girlfriend. All right. So
Why would you do that to me?
I don't know, because I found a winter eladrin in the list before I went to go look at your character sheet. Okay, so you don't have druidcraft? Okay. I was just gonna say for like actually frosting stuff, that's a great cantrip, right? Because you can change the temperature of things with it, I think.
Oh, well, hers is just aesthetic.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. Druidcraft in itself is kind of useless.
I mean, the same is true of thaumaturgy and
thaumaturgy, but
prestidigitation. You find uses for it.
You can find ways to use those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best of those three, but
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're sitting there like holding this stein to your head, and then Sorova, what are you doing?
It doesn't even do the thing you said it does. It doesn't make anything frosty.
Well,
it just predicts the weather.
No.
What's the weather like?
Druidcraft creates a harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather in the next 24 hours. You can make a flower blossom or a leaf bud bloom. You create a harmless sensory effect like falling leaves or the odor
puff of wind,
skunk.
Cold, for example.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Instantly light a candle, torch, or small campfire.
So Sorova, what are you doing when Zodge returns to comes to the upper floor?
I have collected a bunch of blood in a bucket and I'm swirling it around and I splash it at the wall and I'm looking at it and I'm telling everybody, I was like, oh, yes, no, you can clearly see this splatter represents the future. So as we can see, the way in which it's dripping down the wall, the length is correlated to time. It's all very obvious when you know how to read it. So I'm just reading, I don't know.
Just reading the gore.
Just blood splatters. I like it.
Just like, maybe I'm reading it for the halfling. I'm like reading her fortune in blood.
In the blood of your defeated enemies.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
You can read the future in anything.
I mean, that's true. That's the whole thing about divination. Okay, so maybe, you're over here scoping this out, and Willow is playing with the dog, and it's like, right, okay, that's all very creepy. Life splatter, I see. Yeah, old age, sure. And so, she's being polite, but like, and then Sathra, you have the severed head of the CI.
So I'm sitting like face out from the table, like towards the stairs.
Yeah.
And I just have the head of the CI like in my lap. And I'm just like boredly drumming my fingers on her like head.
Just playing it like a bongo.
No, just like the idle like finger taps. Just waiting for Zodge to get here.
Yeah, so
like when I hear him moving downstairs, like people coming in and stuff, I'm like, finally.
Yeah, you hear the thump of heavy boots on the stairs, and and as expected, Captain Zodge emerges from the basement, leading the way, and he sees all the blood, and I think probably like all the drag marks of corpses.
Adam, also I cast a disguise self before he comes upstairs.
Right, on yourself?
Yeah, on myself.
Okay. All right. So what do you just look more human than you are?
Human version of.
Right, you're wearing your
the same
human
person,
costume.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I could do that for you too. We could find you another token and make like a human version.
It
that you could switch to.
it doesn't super matter. It's like basically just so.
We
I figure
could also-
being blatantly Yuan-Ti in
Totally. Yeah.
in Baldur's Gate is
It'd be
better.
good. It'd be good for me to remember which form you're in, so that I don't have them respond to like a different thing than they see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they, Zodge comes upstairs and sees everybody, and he rolls his one good eye, and he says, I suppose I shouldn't ask. And he looks at the blood and at you.
November apologizes profusely and is like all of a sudden like, oh my goodness, we should have made this more presentable for you, and is like using probably like there's not corpses left, right?
No, all the corpses are gone.
Schooner got him. Yeah.
I think she just like wipes a little bit of table with like the bloody part of her shirt, and it's like, I'm so sorry.
And he looks at you, Sathra, and he says, well, clearly it all went wrong. The guard that came to get me said as much. And now that I look around, I see I underestimated how wrong it could go.
Honestly, not much of our fault. Your friend that you sent us to find, I say, like holding the head up by the hair.
His eye widens slightly in surprise that you hold up the severed head of this person he knows. But
And I'm like,
to his credit, he keeps it together.
I'm like, she had enemies that came to find her, and we tried to help. But there's only so much you can do.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't send you here to save her life. Besides, he looks and he says, I'm more interested in results than I am whose fault it is.
I agree.
You don't get to be a captain in the Flaming Fist by going around trying to figure out whose fault everything is. You got results. That's what matters. Even if, and he turns to the priest who's sort of nervously standing by the stairs, fiddling with the spiky cover of the book. And he says, even if we're going to need a little bit more leverage, get the information we're after. Esham? And the priest is like, yes, sir. And then he comes up and he kind of looks around at all the blood and he says, I'm going to need you to place the head on the table, please.
Sathra gets up, turns around, puts the head down, and like steps aside a little bit.
Yeah, and he
Wait.
comes over. Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
So you're telling me that you're a priest of the hurting yourself god, and like the blood is freaking you. Honestly, I feel like you could have chosen your profession a little bit better.
Well, that's impolite.
The priesthood of Ilmater is a divine calling, not a mere vocation. I was called to serve the suffering one. It's just, and he looks over and he kind of scowls at the sight of blood. I don't like killing. Tell me. And he turns to you, Sathra. Did she suffer much before she died?
She did bleed out, so probably.
So the beheading was post mortem.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Which is better, out of curiosity? Like, what would Ilmater be into? Should we have done it while he was still alive? She was still alive.
Let the priest ask his questions.
And he nods and he says, actually, it's a quite interesting debate amongst priests of Ilmater.
Ask your questions, priest.
Yeah, he like, oh God, like, scowls away from me, like, oh God. And he turns and he takes his holy symbol out, which is a much worn length of rope with the clasped hands of Ilmater at the end of it, and he starts rubbing them together and muttering a prayer to Ilmater. And he reaches out and he places his hand, palm down on the forehead of the dead Tarina, of the dead pirate, and all of you feel a faint like tingle as the magic kind of ripples through the air. And I think I'm envisioning this much like the scene at the end of Alien where Ripley plugs the cyborg's head back in. So if we were shooting this as like a TV show, clearly the actress is under the table with her head up through a hole, and then we've put some cloth or something around it. And there's a moment where it goes from like obvious prosthesis to like her face in one cut. And then suddenly, yeah. And so she comes back screaming, right? She's like, ah, ah. Blinks, looks around. Oh no, not the tavern, not you. And she like starts snarling, and he puts his hand on her forehead again. She has to bite him, and he's like, calm, spirit. We have called you here to answer questions, which you are bound to do by my pact with Ilmater. Glorious be his skin, flayed as it is in his divine king. And he just starts muttering and like wandering off, and Zodge nods. He's like, all right, that's enough, and kind of just pushes the priest away.
I think I can improve this slightly. And I'll just mage hand the head so it just like floats around him.
I think November like goes like, and she's like, I'm gonna go downstairs. You do.
Yeah, this is gross. Yeah, perfect. It's a really great Halloween thing. Everything's covered in blood. There's a floating head. Yeah.
Honestly,
myself. This is disgusting.
Honestly, a smart choice.
So, the corpse still has a mouth. Can't be undead. You got it. The corpse was not the target of the spell in the last 10 days. So you can ask up to 5 questions. And basically what this priest has done is like turn it over to you as a group, being like, all right, answer these questions for these lovely people. And then you can go back to whatever afterlife Umberly has waiting for you.
Please tell me everything you know about the cult of the, is it the three?
The Dead Three.
Cult of the Dead Three here in Baldur's Gate.
Technically, that's not a question.
It's just, you could just say,
you are correct. What do you know about the cult of the Dead Three here in Baldur's Gate?
She says, what do I know about the cult of the Dead Three in Baldur's Gate? Why should I tell you? You can go straight to... You can see her like struggling as Ilmater's power forces her to answer your question. Her eyes kind of glaze over, and the floating head says in an eerie voice, several blocks northwest of the Song Tavern is a public bathhouse with a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its gates. Followers of the Dead Three have been seen coming and going from the bathhouse. I've heard there's a secret door inside that leads to a dungeon. That's where the Dead Three hide out. Go to hell! I'm not answering your stupid questions! And she like tries to bite you and like spitting, but she has like nothing. There's just blood coming out of her mouth.
Do you know the location of this secret door?
And again, same thing. She struggles, and then she's just like, no, I don't. It's not the kind of place I frequent. Besides, I've only been in Baldur's Gate a little while.
I turn to Sosorovo and to Zodge, because I guess November's like headed down the stairs.
Yeah.
And go, I don't really think I need to ask anything else. I think that's it.
What is your most embarrassing secret?
So she turns and she's like, what the hell kind of question is that? I'm not answering. And it goes all like a brain zombie again. And she's like, I was killed in the Song Tavern by an old friend of mine who I underestimated.
Oh, that'd be more interesting.
Yeah, and so I think she looks at you and Casquincy, she's like, huh, well, that's a surprise. Would have thought I'd had something else going on. But, I guess that's that. And so you've asked 3, and you turn to Zodge.
Should definitely ask her where she's hidden her fucking money.
So
Does she have any
Zodge,
money anywhere?
Zodge says to her, what was that guy's name? Deadeye? He comes up to the body and he says, Southra, was there anybody else in line for the ship aside from Deadeye? And she like struggles, and then she says,
Why are you asking me that?
No, he's asking the head.
Oh, okay.
And she says, no, if Deadeye is killed, the ship should only be populated by the lesser crew. Pushovers, really. And Zodge grins, and he cracks his knuckles, and he says to you, Sathra, he's like, well, you and your friends know where you gotta go. Enjoy the bathhouse. Boys, we're going to the docks.
I suppose we didn't keep her alive. Last question. It could be anything.
Yeah, what is it called when they like the police like take control, they seize possessions from criminals. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what he's going to do. He's basically just like civil forfeiture. That's right. He's going to confiscate a ship. Civil seizure. Yeah, time to seize us a boat, boys. Yeah. So yeah, they're like, free boat? Fuck yeah, let's go. And so yeah, he basically just says to you like, all right, you know what you need to do. Go deal with those cultists.
Well, I think we're done here.
Wait,
you do have one more question.
Wait until they've like gone downstairs and left.
Yeah, you hear like thump, 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 and then like eventually quite just the sound of the tavern below.
Well, now we can ask something about the Flaming Fist. Surely she was privy to their secrets as well.
As an informant? I doubt it.
Yeah, she's got to have been to some meetings.
I have no further questions. We have a task. I would see it carried out.
What is the best leverage to have over Captain Zodge?
I mean, great question, but if she had leverage against him, she wouldn't be working as an informant.
So you ask that, and she says, I barely know Zodge, mostly by name. We'd only met a few times. No leverage on him. If I could control someone that high up in the Flaming Fist, do you think I would have ended up like this?
Turn her upside down.
Yeah, like, shut up, head. Bloop. And the head rolls across the table, losing its ability to speak, and then just kind of like sits there staring up at you. And Esham, who is the priest, he hadn't left. He was waiting for the spell to end. He turns to the group of you and he says, well, I hope that was useful for you. I'm afraid no one will be able to conjure that spirit again for a 10-day. And by then, I'm afraid it will be quite terribly decomposed. In fact, if you don't need it, I could dispose of it for you.
By all means.
The way you say dispose kind of worries me slightly, but whatever.
And he comes over and he picks the head up and kind of like smooths its hair a little bit. And he looks at you and he says, thank you. I hope you got the information you needed.
Goodbye. Do you need any suffering before you go? I could just give you a little zap.
He shakes his head, and he says, no, the walk back to the temple will be suffering enough. Thank you, though.
Wait, do you want to know how you're going to die?
Kind of like looks at you. I think that might be forbidden.
I look to Sosorovo again and I'm like, task at hand.
Right. Yes. No. Okay. Just go away. We're going to a place.
Yeah. And so he turns around and heads back down the stairs, silently, in his very calloused bare feet.
meet
So,
up
yeah.
with November downstairs.
Yeah, so everybody y'all head downstairs. Okay, so we leave the elf song. I think you go downstairs, and as you like leave this place, or as you meet up with November and go to leave, you get a very dirty look from Alan, who's just like,
I bet.
today sucks, and it sucks because of you.
I gave him some gold.
Yeah, he's still mad though.
Whatever.
And you, and then you want to head out, or is there anything else you want to do at the Elf Song Tavern before you?
Well,
leave?
I'm gonna tell November what we like found out. You know, the whole like we gotta go to a bathhouse kind of thing. I don't know if you.
I
wanna
think
do
she
that in
looks
character or-
down at her outfit and she's like, I could use a bath.
Yes, well, we're going there for more than just the baths.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, first a bath or afterward? Probably first, considering how this went.
Your choice. And then I head out towards the bathhouse. Like, enough of this.
Yeah. So here's the sort of main question. So the bathhouse, the impression that you got is that it's an actual bathhouse.
Yeah.
So it may have customers. It may be open. There may be like bathhouse stuff going on there. So that's something to be aware of.
The other thing is I have 1 hit point.
Yes, and November is also.
Oh
beat to
yeah,
shit.
fair enough. We could rest first. We haven't.
Can you
long
take a long rest
rested.
at a bathhouse?
I'm sure you could. Yeah.
Let's.
Let's go and stake this place out for 8 straight hours while pretending
not?
to be customers.
I mean,
mean,
no, some
that
bathhouses
actually
have like
works.
places where you can stay, and some are just
Uh-huh.
baths.
Well,
Let's
but if you spent
stay.
if you spent 8 hours at a bathhouse, you don't actually have to sleep, really, right? Like you can just go and like relax.
Right. And
Oh, that's a
the
good
long
point,
ride.
Yeah, a long rest doesn't have to involve sleeping. It just means chilling
get a-
out.
Can I get a massage?
I don't know, maybe. Why don't you go to the
Maybe.
bathhouse and find out?
Let's go.
Let's go to the bathhouse.
Okay. All right. So let me bring you over to a bathhouse map. Let's take a look here. I need to grab my tokens. So yeah, it's not far. Let me look at Baldur's Gate. I think we have it on here.
Is this the Hot Springs episode?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but something Totem being about hell. I didn't expect the bathhouse to be the second place in the adventure. It's just like really hot.
So
Like, uncomfortably hot.
here's the bathhouse, and then you've been to Basilisk Gate, so we know where that
And
is.
the elf song. Oh, right. We have to do all this again because
Yeah, because we're in the full version of the adventure now. Okay, there you go. So
it's a couple blocks.
yeah, we started there, and then started the Basilisk Gate, made your way to the Elf Song, had a big fight, and now you whoop up here to the bathhouse. So you're heading through Baldur's Gate. I think it's Baldur's Gate is kind of like misty and kind of cloudy in general. So it's still daytime. You will arrive there during the day. There'll be time. Now it's a bathhouse, so you don't know if it's open during the day or at night. It sort of depends on what kind of bathhouse it is.
I'm covered in blood. Is that a problem?
Not in Baldur's Gate, it's not.
No. In Waterdeep, maybe, but here.
That's right. Baldur's Gate, where you can walk around soaked in blood and nobody will care or notice. Yeah. So definitely people would look at you and be like, huh, I wonder what she's up to. But you all look like dangerous and you have weapons. So probably no one would bother you if you were
I
covered in
look
blood.
nice. I don't look dangerous. What are you talking about?
I have a scary face on my hat.
That's
to
right.
Scare people away.
You do. So let's finish up what I was doing here. Let me
Is there a
grab-
laundromat next to the bathhouse?
Yeah, it's just like one level 1 wizard casting prestidigitation for his entire life.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
Well, there's that question about how that works in a fantasy setting when you have like assembly line wizards. Like, what do you do when you can mass produce, like pseudo mass produce stuff at first level? Okay, let me bring you over to the bathhouse. So here we go. Should be able to. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have my dog token under my control.
Oh, that's right. Let me do that for you.
I need to be able to control my dog.
Okay.
Good boy.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll do the same for you, Dave. Here's your.
Hey.
And I don't have copious additional tokens.
Thank you for
so-
not making me do extra work.
Yeah, it's all good.
There we go. Okay. All right. So you're standing outside the bathhouse. Let me describe what you see, and then you can tell me what you want to do, and that's how role-playing games work. The bathhouse.
Thanks, Adam.
The bathhouse is a one-story stuccoed building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. 10-foot walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved, as promised, with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in water.
Does this place have a name? Is there like a sign?
No, that's what I was wondering about. I was gonna check, but it's an unnamed bathhouse.
I remember you mentioning a bathhouse
so
when we were talking about.
There is another bathhouse. There are several bathhouses in Baldur's Gate. This is not that one. This is not
this is not that one. All right.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Frolicking nymphs, not frolicking imps.
Well, I suppose there's nothing for it. I move forward, push open the door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you come up and yeah, it opens like this. This place is open right now. So you open the door, and it swings open, and so you can see the courtyard inside. There is some foliage. There are fountains on either side, and there's a door somewhere along. These are windows over here. So there's a door somewhere around the other side. But there's this nice little open area. There are some benches where people could come and relax. Though right now everything is covered in a thin, greasy layer of Baldur's Gate rain.
Oh.
So yeah, you come around the corner and you can kind of see the entrance is up there.
I know these
I'm
are
just waiting for the rest of the
bushes, but I want to imagine, since it's a bathhouse, they're giant loofahs.
Perfect. Yes. So the area you've just come into, this courtyard, is an L-shaped courtyard featuring a trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph tipping a jug that spills water into a circular stone basin. Yeah.
This looks so nice.
I will continue inside, Adam.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just gonna come up and open the door?
Yeah.
All right. So you open the door and you come inside, and in this area, I will describe this room. Let's see. Roll a d6. Let's see how busy it is in here.
Okay.
I've got 3 on the map. There may be more.
There are 6 people.
5. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all these bathers.
Oh, people enjoying the bathhouse.
Yeah. Human bathers. So yeah, you come in, you open the door. Inside, obviously, it's a bathhouse. So there's like perfume scented, like mist that kind of comes through the door. Somebody inside shouts like, "Close the door!" Right, because you're letting all the hot air out.
Wait, there's no like lobby?
No. There's just naked people right away.
Wait, where do you put all your clothes then? Like, there's not like a locker room?
I mean, there are other rooms. Let me describe the room for you. So you do see like clothes. You do see clothes piled up on like the little benches next to the baths. Everybody in here is naked, and their stuff is either obscured by convenient clouds of steam that drift by at genital level.
Yes, all right.
Right, or they're in the water, and the water is like, it's got oils and stuff in it, so you can't. The reflection prevents you from seeing,
Got it.
nipple.
Okay.
So you come in, and the walls of this 20-foot high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. Natural light, you can tell because they're wearing their crowns, I guess, as they're getting into the bath. Otherwise, how would you know?
Completely naked crown.
Yeah. Listen, if I were the king of whatever fantasy land I were king of, I would wear that crown all the damn time, especially if I was going to be in a fresco. So, frexo. So natural light streams through the windows, creating colorful patterns on the tiles of polished blue marble that cover the floor. 3 shallow sunken pools contain scintillating perfume-scented water. White marble benches bring stacks of dry towels are situated near the pools, each of which comes equipped with a pair of brass faucets. So this is another thing, anachronisms of the Forgotten Realms. Plumbing.
Running water.
Yeah, running water and heating and all of that. So, so you walk in, there are 2 doors. There's one over here and one over there. And there's a bunch of people just like lazing around in the pools. And I imagine for all of you, Like
This is
no,
horrible interior design. They should definitely have like a
nope. You
lobby
walk
for
right into the sauna.
sauna.
And so like it smells nice, but right away you feel the like heat and yeah. I mean the plumbing in the baths are anachronistic
wonderful.
because this is a post-Roman like medieval society, not a Roman one. So there's no other anyway, whatever. We're not gonna get into this.
One of those wonderful jungle heat moments.
Yes,
It's like,
exactly.
oh,
And so for you,
I'm like, oh.
yeah, this is the nicest like you felt in a long time coming
I
in
imagine
here.
Sethra spend some time in bathhouses.
Yeah, right. Because it is like the steamy jungles you are from.
feel
November,
like
however, you're like Frosty the Snowman over here.
She immediately like starts dripping and her hair like looks like soaking wet. Like it's just like, oh god.
Nice.
Somebody in one of the pools
Not
sees
as nice as it sounded.
somebody in one of the pools sees your dog, November, and is like, "Get that animal out of here."
Oh, I'm so sorry. And she's just like, go sit outside. It's okay.
Okay, yeah. So your little pup goes outside. Okay, all right.
Gonna sit by this little bench.
Okay.
Well, bush.
The dog definitely goes over and pees on the bush. So you you come in and a bunch of people kind of look at you like, are you just gonna stand there?
No,
or-
I'd go straight off. So whoosh, like instant.
Yeah.
What-
So just
what
like
about
you grab all of your clothes in one hand and rip them from you in
What
one
about
go.
your hat? What about
Perfect.
your hat?
No, I leave my hat on.
That's right. The hat stays on. Right. Perfect. So it's like, and your skin is like a bluish gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's basically like a big hat that comes almost all the way to the ground, and then a little bluish gray blob of pixels we can't see through. And then you just jump in the nearest tub. There's only room in this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you jump in. The guy in this tub is a huge barrel-chested guy with a big red beard and like long hair that he's like got hanging sort of limply in the water around him. And his chest is covered in like scars and fur. And when you jump in, he like looks at you and just kind of like nods and leans back in the water, sets his hands on his belly and just kind of closes his eyes. He doesn't seem bothered by the company.
Are there any more private baths or?
So there's like you're talking and like making enough noise that one of the other doors opens and let's see, and a woman comes out of this door here. She is wearing like clothes, which sets her apart from everyone else. And she has I think she has like a tabard with the sleeves rolled up and pinned, right? Rolled up and pinned there. She has like the rest of her clothes are just sort of plain looking. She's wearing sandals. And she comes out sort of peering out the room there. And what's this lady's name? Carmilla. Okay. So she comes out, she's human, and she sees you, and she gives you a friendly but customer servicey sort of smile. And she gestures and she says, we're quite full at the moment. Sorry. Well, we do have some room for massages if you'd like one of those while you wait for the baths to open up. And she looks and she sees what she thinks is a hat floating on the water. And she says, there is a fee for the use of the baths and then extra for the massage, but you're welcome to wait if you like. The gardens are also open, but I think, and she looks at the window, we can hear the rain tapping against it. I think it might be a bit damp out there.
I look back at November and then just like dig a coin out of the pouch of like coins I got from like intimidating what's his name, Alan. And just like flip a gold coin towards November, like go have fun.
What's the fee for the massage?
I was just looking. I don't know that it's listed.
It's
They don't expect
negligible amount of money.
It's like it depends on how long you want a massage for.
8 hours.
A gold
1 hour.
Rub me for 8 hours. A gold would be too much for an individual person's massage.
Well, which is why I only give 1 gold.
Yeah,
coin.
so like 2 or 5 silver, maybe, depending on whether you want like
That's
the
so
regular
cheap.
massage or the I mean, remember,
God,
gold.
do
Most
they
people
have a
don't have
massage?
gold.
Do they have a massage with CBD oil? Because I've heard those are really good.
The problem is you would have to take the poison condition until it wears off. So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Though I
she
guess
has-
if you got super high at the beginning of your long rest, by the time the rest is over,
Yeah,
you'd be back in business.
Yeah, but I have some like silver and copper change from the bar.
Okay.
So I would be able to like pay the silver.
Okay.
How it's 100 copper or 10 silver for 1 gold, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
10, 10, 10, and there's also 5 in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
We
I
don't
would
talk about electrum.
then I would give like I don't know, like however much silver is
It's
necessary.
2 or 5.
So
Okay, I'll give 5.
Nice. The deluxe. Okay.
point of order mechanically, are we just doing the long rest thing? Is that our plan?
Yeah, I think if you just wanna hang out, if anybody else wants to get a massage, there's like another room where Jabaz works.
Yes.
That being said, we are also reconnoitering. So if I could
Not during the long rest, we aren't reconnoitering.
Oh. Wait, we
no
can't, like,
recon during the long
I am
rest.
just trying
Okay,
to
can
figure out
we look
mechanically.
around
Yeah, I mean you can casually just like
without
perceive stuff or
Yeah,
talk
that-
to your
yeah, that's my
masseuse.
thing.
Yeah.
Without that being like now your long rest is canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to like we went into a separate room from the main room. I want to like look around, you know?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like
Well,
poke
so
at stuff.
this other room, let me give you a little description.
I'm
so
not
these
investigating.
these rooms, there's 2 massage rooms. There's one here and one across over there.
Mm.
And the massage rooms are they're like a smaller version of the other room. They have light coming in through a stained glass window, which there is a curtain they can draw if you want it to be dark. There is there's like a fine smell of perfume in the air, and and I think probably people start to clear out after a few hours. The fee for using the bathhouse, I think it's probably like a silver per hour. So everybody who wants to hang out in the bathhouse, you got to pay
I mean,
Eight-
I'll hang
8
out.
silver.
I'll hang out in the bathhouse. That's my plan. Massage, but nice warm.
And it gives you a chance to
bathhouse.
look around. Yeah. Okay.
I think November would hang out in the bathhouse for the massage, but like afterwards she would go into the garden, whether it's raining or not. It's just too hot in there.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Okay, so
Sathra just piles up all her gear on the bench behind this bath and basically parks herself there for 8 hours.
yeah, seriously,
God.
just sink down to your eyes in the water. It feels good. Yeah, it's nice. This is maybe the most luxurious long rest we've ever had on this show. Yeah, so everybody settles in and you get a rest. So we'll do a little vignette for each person. So November, you're getting a massage from Carmilla, right? So is this a like she would probably make small talk, and then if you talk back, then she'd be like, oh, this is a like I can talk to you while I give you a massage, or are you just like, please be quiet and rub me?
I think that November like comes into the room, and the thing when you get a massage is like they like exit so that you can like get your clothes off and go underneath the sheet or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know if anyone's ever gotten a massage. Anyway, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
And when she leaves, November like takes a quick look around and does the like perception check before like settling down or whatever.
Okay. Oh, so when you're like, oh, let me change into my robe or whatever, she leaves the room.
That's generally how it works.
Right. Yeah. And so you're changing, and while Carmilla she comes out and she has like a little urn of perfumed oil, which she goes around and like refreshes the baths and like sets out new towels and stuff and kind of like maintains this area. And over the course, like you're here right up till closing, basically. So your long rest will end kind of as time goes on, more and more people leave until it's just the 3 of you and then the 2 employees. So she does that. She leaves to go fill the bath, and you want to take a chance to like look around the room.
Yeah. Can I make a perception check?
Yes. Is this perception or is this investigation?
I'm not like I'm
Is the
just
goddamn-
looking. I'm not like poking at
I
anything.
think it's investigation is the thing.
No, it's no.
It's not because I don't want it to be. This is the problem. So let me see. Yeah, it depends. Like if you're just sitting still looking at stuff, it's perception.
It's she's just looking at stuff. I'm not poking at anything. I'm not like trying to like, I'm involving the senses to determine like.
No, I understand. It's just that's the skill you want to roll.
I'm not analyzing details, whatever. Like it's not analysis. It's just perception.
Yeah. So make a perception check.
I get a 10 anyway.
10, okay.
So it's lower than my passive, which is 15.
That's true. That's very true. Let me see if there is anything hidden for you to see. Carmilla. Yeah, you do actually. So it's not super well hidden. It's clear to you that the wall back here is hiding a secret door. The wall northwest corner.
Very clear because I did not roll well.
Yeah, it's a 10 or better. So you see it.
Okay.
You see that there's there's a seam in one of the wall like panels. It's not the back wall.
Yeah, so I don't know how this door works because I have not investigated it, but I perceive that it is present in the room. And then I think she just like she notices it and like freezes for a second, like wow, because she was like looking around while like undoing her armor or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the massage person like knocks on the door, is like, "Are you ready?" And she's like, "Oh yeah," and then like finishes taking everything off and like probably has a hard time relaxing during the massage because she's like always conscious that like there's a door that like, but also assuming that like they wouldn't use it while there was a customer in the room.
Yeah, she's like, hang on, I just gotta go get something from my secret cult lair.
Yeah.
So she's like giving you a massage or whatever, and are you talking to her while you're doing this, or are you being like quiet?
I think that November starts by like apologizing for the fact that her skin is hard and cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But other than that, she's probably just like if the person's like, is that like too much? Like,
yeah, I mean, so she
like,
tries,
no,
she does
it's
try
fine.
to talk to you. She asks you, she's like, so how did you find out about this place?
Oh, we were at the Song Tavern and if you didn't notice, we got into a bit of a fracas.
She looks over at your blood splattered clothes.
And needed to relax, and they recommended it.
Really? That's interesting. We don't often get a lot of strangers coming by. Pretty regular clientele.
No? Well, it seems lovely.
Oh, thank you. Gives you a little like, it's a nod in there.
Ow. No, it's fine. Just keep out.
And she says, so are you mercenaries or?
Well, I suppose of a sort. I'm really, more of a tourist.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
Do you know Icewind Dale?
She's like, I've never met him. Is he nice?
No, it's very far north. Very, very far. It's a city.
And she just chuckles and she's like, interesting. I've never been that far north. I've got some family in Waterdeep though.
Do you?
Cousin of mine.
I've never been there. Is it like Baldur's Gate?
She says, well, if you ask my family, yes, but better.
Oh. Well, sounds nice.
So while you're talking to her, while you're getting your massage, another masseuse comes out of the other room, and they they have like they have the same outfit, but they're putting a cloak on. They look like they're getting ready to leave, and they knock on the door, and Carmilla.
That's not very polite.
Yeah, Carmilla says to you like, "Oh, excuse me a second," and she goes over to the door, and the two of them have like a brief conversation, very quiet. If
How quiet?
Sathra and November both, if you want to make perception checks.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I was like, how quiet?
How quiet?
I get a 20 this time.
Nice.
That's much better.
That is better. Okay. I mean, they're standing right next to you. They're being quiet, but with a 20, definitely. And a 12, you also pick up, I think, most of that stuff, Sathra. So the person, the masseuse that comes up, they just say, it's almost closing time. I'm gonna take off. Are you okay by yourself? And she nods. She says, I'm gonna finish this massage and then tidy up a little bit, and then I'll close out. And he says, okay. And there's a hint of like concern in his voice. Like it seems important to him that like they're both out of here by closing time. Like he's kind of like, you're gonna be okay, right, to close on time? And she's like, yep, yeah, of course. And then he's like, all right, thanks. And like he heads out. He leaves.
And I think that November probably isn't like subterfuge enough to like understand that she wasn't supposed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, I'm so sorry if I'm holding you.
She's just like, no, don't worry about it. Jabaz just had a party he wants to get to, and I promised him I'd close up. It's fine. He's high strung. And while she's talking to you, we see her. She crouches down to get because under the table there's like little shelves and stuff. And we see her crouch down to the table, and she reaches out to pick something up off one of the shelves. And the camera pans across, and we see like massage oil, curved dagger, massage oil. And we see her hand like reach towards the dagger and then pick up one of the bottles of oil and stand back up.
God.
And so we cut over to the other two of you. Sathra, are you doing anything other than just being snake soup?
So I guess like it would be sort of perception of the comings and goings through this like main area, because like if anybody's coming or going into this place, it's to here, right? Yeah. So other than that, no. I think she's just like really enjoying herself and scoping it out. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Sosarova?
I'm getting my unseen servant to wash me.
Good. Perfect.
In the bath.
Okay, excellent.
You know, wizard stuff.
So you're just like laying back, and there's what, like a scrub brush, like just going to town on you.
Yep.
Awesome. Servant, wash me. Perfect. All right. So it's very relaxing for everybody. And then, yeah, outside, sitting like the good boy that he is, the dog is just sitting, like, staring at the door, like, waiting for somebody to come out and hang out with him.
I'm not getting a massage for 8 hours.
No, it's
Once
true.
the massage is over, I would go outside.
Okay. All right. So you're hanging out. Okay. So at the end of the long rest, everybody you get all your long rest stuff back. Your dog is over by the fountain over here. Once you come out, the dog runs around a little bit and is like, oh, I don't have to wait by the door. Runs over to the fountain and like climbs up and looks in it and is just being kind of rambunctious.
The closest bench to the dog.
And Carmilla comes out and she's got a cloak folded over one arm, and she has previously, like during the rest, she previously was like, okay, everybody, like you clearly have enjoyed yourselves. You've been here all damn day. We're closing up. You know, get ready like in about an hour. So start, getting up and putting your clothes back on and stuff. We appreciate your business, but we got to close for the night. And so at the end of the hour, I assume like go along with it. And you're like, I'm going to get dressed and go.
So actually, I think as I'm like, re-equipping all of my clothing, from the like bench, I guess Carmilla's like, around shooing us out basically. And I just casually just go, so what do you know about the Cult of the Dead 3?
she does the like the white guy blinking face at you, and she's like, I'm sorry.
We have it unreliable information that there's something going on here. And since you are the only one left with us, then we could have a nice conversation about what that would be.
She looks over at Sosorovo like, what are you doing? Like, are you being threatening? Or are you just kind of like hanging out?
Sathr's just like, I can get what I want by threatening this lady, and I don't have to leave.
Yeah, she looks around like, oh God, I'm alone. Now I'm being threatened. Fuck. But she looks to Sosoro to confirm, like, are all of you together threatening me, or is this just this one lady?
Yeah, like I tip my hat up a little bit and just wink at her.
That's even scarier.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so make a Sathar, make it like an intimidation check with advantage because Sosorovo's giving you a hand.
Naked gnome in the bath.
18.
Nice. I mean, I'd be intimidated. So yeah, she stutters a little, and she's like, I don't know anything about the dead three. I swear. Jabaz and I just work here. I do massages. It's and
I like put a hand out, like, okay.
She flinches away from you.
And that's perfectly fine. I have no quarrel with you specifically, but there's something going on here, and I'm going to find out what it is.
Listen, if you have a problem, it's with the Duke or her son, not with me or Jabaz. We just work here. I promise.
Here's what I propose. Close up and leave. We'll deal with what needs to be dealt with here. And if there's nothing, then there's nothing.
But and she kind of looks at you like you're putting her in a real awkward position. She's like, there's not supposed to be anyone here when it gets dark, and if there is, then and she can't even bring herself to finish. Like, she's obviously been threatened. Like, if there's anybody around after it gets dark, you are in huge shit.
And that's what I'm talking about. You're clearly scared of something, not just me, but we can solve that for you.
Listen, the Duke's son pays us pretty well, and I can't lose my job here. I have a child. Please, you can't. I can't lose this.
All right. Well, we're at an impasse then.
Why don't we just sneak in afterwards? Like, lie.
I know that I'm not like around, but isn't there like a bunch of different families that might have dukes? And since she's mentioned the Duke twice, like, wouldn't it be important to get that specific?
She did drop a hint, assuming you already, like, she's assuming you're here for a reason that has probably nothing to do with why you're actually here. But she did mention, yeah, the Duke and her son.
And the Dukes, like, are they the members of the patrician families? That
no. So Baldur's Gate is run by the Dukes, and then the Patriarchs are families from whom the Dukes usually emerge.
So are there more than one Duke, or will we know if she says the Duke and her son?
Well, let's consult the Baldur's Gate Gazetteer. Baldur's Gate government. Here we go. The Council of Four. So if she is referring to a Duke, she could have been referring to Duke Ulder Ravengard, but as we know, he's not here.
Right.
She could be referring to Duke Beline Stelmane, Duke Dillard Portier, or Duke Thalamra Van Thamper.
Which of those are female and have a son?
Duke Van Thamper. Whoa. She's a lady.
Okay.
I actually think that Beline Stelmane's also a lady.
Okay, so it could be either.
Yes. So the thing with Stelmane though is that Stelmane is technically a duke, but recently she suffered a seizure that has left her partly paralyzed. So she has
probably-
not been doing much as far as.
Okay, so if we were to make assumptions, Van Thamper would be the.
If you had to narrow down, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to make a history check about the Van Thampers?
I'm not there. I was just.
Yeah. I was sorry. Sathra. Do you want to make a history check to see if you? Yeah, 13. Okay. Yeah, Duke Thalamra Van Thamper is in charge of the Van Thamper family. I think she was raised as like an engineer. Like she came up as an engineer or a mason.
Like just super slow coming through.
It's fine. Her promotion, her like promotional track, like how she got here was through becoming the master of drains and underways. She's basically the Duke of the sewers.
Okay.
She's been married 3 times. She has 3 kids, 3 sons. And her lifelong goal is to lift herself and her family out of the sewers and into high society. A lot of people don't like her. They call her like the gutter princess and like all this other mean shit. But she's basically, the Duchess of Dumpsters, the Queen of Sewers.
She's Snaggletooth Clan's former employer.
Yeah, the Sewer Duke. So that's her deal. That's what you know about Duke Thalamra Van Thamper.
And I was just gonna do this whole thing, Blue Jay, before that all kicked off. I was like, November. Where? Like looking around for you, like where the fuck did you go?
I like come to the door and I'm just like, yeah.
We're staying. Have you seen anything?
The lady's right there, and I'm just like, very nice massages.
Oh no, we're already in the middle of threatening her.
That's so good. Like, yeah, we're actually threatening her, so it's okay. The pretense, you can let go of it.
Right. There's a secret door in the massage room.
Perfect. Thank you.
Carmilla gives you a look like, how did you see that? It's a secret.
I push past her, Adam, if she'll.
Yeah, so she's like, no, wait, you can't go back there.
And I'm gonna look around for the secret door.
Yeah, I think even now that you know it's there, even at a glance, you can just see it right there.
So you need some plausible deniability, is what you're saying.
This is my only source of income, sir. And if I don't have it, I'm afraid for my family. The Duke was good giving me this job. She could have done much worse. And
all right,
if she finds out that I let you stay, it'll be my head.
Go over to the door. Start locking it up. Do it now.
She nods and she's like, all right. And she walks over to the door and she looks suspiciously at November.
November is also looking suspiciously at Sosorovo. Like, what?
Come in. It's not going to work if she looks you out.
Oh, right.
Every step of this.
I bring the dog in too.
Yeah. Your dog runs in and just starts like licking up a puddle of water that's on the floor.
Oh, don't lick that.
People water.
People water.
Don't do that.
Snake soup. Okay. And so Carmilla looks at you like, oh, okay.
You're doing your job. You're locking the door. When suddenly, I got sleep on her.
When suddenly you are knocked unconscious by magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Does she get a saving throw, or it's just like hit point
It's
value?
5d8's worth of hit points. Like I can't roll too low probably for a commoner.
Yeah. I mean, she's got 4 hit points, so yeah. Okay. And you want to wait till she's outside to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make it look like she was like taken by surprise.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then we snuck in.
Okay. Yeah, so she goes to lock the door. Like she goes to grab the door and like looks at you, and you're like, when suddenly, and she just like eyes roll back in her head and she just falls over, and there's the rattling of the keys as her body thumps to the floor.
Ta-da! Now her family probably doesn't starve. You're welcome.
I go over to her and I say, that was actually very smart. And I grab the keys and I like gently like shut the door, like pretty much like pushing her with it, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll lock it.
Okay.
We've done the long rest. I need to.
Yes, yeah, we need that's right, we need your numbers.
Adam, I cast False Life.
Okay.
I also cast Mage Armor, but I'm going to do my divination as well.
Okay. Your token should. Ooh, nice.
Ooh, we've got a crit in the bag.
Excellent. So we will find out how you portended this critical success later when it's time to use it. That's very exciting. So yeah, she falls asleep in the mud outside. You shut the door. November, you close it, and then and it gets locked. And then we fed back to Sathra. You have ensorcellated yourself with your hit points. Now with your token, you should be able to just add on top of your normal hit points on the token, and then it'll have the little plus to indicate you've got more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you you enchant, there you go. Yeah, you got 23 out of 15. That little plus indicates that you have temporary hit points. It's clear there's a door right here. What are you going to do?
I'm going to wait for the other two, and then I'm going to move forward.
Yeah, you want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So with a simple push on the panel, it sinks in slightly. You know those kind of like spring-loaded doors where you push them a little and then they click and then they bounce back? Yeah.
Yep.
So just like that. So you push it in, there's
on our kitchen cupboards.
Yeah, right? I had one of those in the house where I grew up. I think it went into the crawl space, actually. So you give it a push and it goes and clicks and swings open. That's right, I grew up in a dungeon. A Sararak is my dad. So that sounds like an anime. So it opens.
Yeah, it does.
A Sararak is my dad. My dad is a demi-lich. So when you open the door, two things happen. You see beyond, there is a curved staircase leading down that curves around here. And you are met with a foul, sewer-like stench that rises from below. A staircase descends down below the bathhouse, featuring smooth stone steps and brick walls. Two sputtering torches in wall sconces illuminate the staircase, but down below, only darkness.
Oh,
and
also,
so I think what we're gonna do. So that'll be the moment where we kind of fade out, right? We see Sathra open the door, look down. We see a little scowl as the stench wafts up. It's especially gross when you have to smell by tasting the air. And now you see before you the hidden dungeon of the Dead Three, which we will begin exploring when we get back from our break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with definitely a dungeon, probably no dragons, almost certainly some cultists. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Baldur's Gate is thrown into turmoil as the time has come for a hellish debt to be paid. The fate of an entire city hangs in the balance. Can you resist temptation and save them all, or will the seductions within Avernus prove irresistible? The Roll20 conversion of Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, is filled with over 200 new monsters, vehicles, and magic items, and comes with 28 maps complete with GM layer information and dynamic lighting for Pro or Plus users. The expansion compendium and Descent into Avernus adventure module for levels 1 to 13 is waiting for you in the Roll20 marketplace. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Roll20 Presents A Bathhouse Full of Secrets. So,
I think you mean a sewer full of secrets.
yeah, right, a sewer full of secrets. That's where cities keep their secrets. They're gross, gross secrets.
Also, they're kobolds.
There's something like, I imagine there's no way that no one getting a massage in that room would ever notice the smell. Like, eventually,
Bad smell.
eventually somebody would be like, something's going on in this bathhouse. Why does it smell so bad? But you now know why, because as somehow connected to the Duchess of Dumpsters, the bathhouse sits atop a secret subterranean layer. And now you've opened the door and released the stink. And so before you lies a tunnel. Would you like to descend into said tunnel?
Descend into the tunnel.
Perfect. All right. Let me
coughing a little at the stench.
Yeah, let me gather my party, and then you can venture forth. Get that doggo there. So you descend the stairs from the bathhouse and find yourselves. I'm so not used to working with like normally sized, not insanely detailed like map structures. Like there's only several rooms. There isn't like a million levels
It isn't an entire floor of random garbage.
Coming to this adventure from Mad Mage is just like everything's so fast, and there isn't like 17,000 tokens. Mad Mage is a lot. So you descend the stairs. Let me describe to you the stench-filled room you find before you. So as you descend these stairs,
you're in hell.
Let me give you. You just walk into hell. Let me give you the kind of rundown on the general stuff as you move through this little mini dungeon. So the rooms, corridors, and staircases of this dungeon are hewn from limestone and are unlit unless I say otherwise. Everybody here has dark vision anyway. So if you are springing a trap on some unsuspecting humans, you'll see them before they see you. The corridors that are 5 feet wide are 8 feet tall. Rooms on average have 9-foot high ceilings. There are going to be wooden beams that are bracing those ceilings as you go. All of the regular doors in the encounter, like if I mention one, they are made out of wood. They're just like regular wood doors that are somewhat swollen by all the moisture down here. And then certain areas of the dungeon are full of gray water. Anywhere you see this blue background on the map, that is stinky water with things floating in it you best not examine too closely. Up to a depth of 2 feet, and it's difficult terrain. The water carries a foul stench and is undrinkable. I mean, you could try, I guess, but you'd probably get sick. So yeah, there you go. What do you do? You want to?
I mean, I guess I move forward, Adam.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
I don't like funny colored water. That means there's oozes in here. I'm not about oozes.
So, quick question: how deep is the water?
2 feet.
So, how tall are you?
Yeah.
3 foot something.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 feet tall.
All right. So you have a foot of
you?
clearance.
How heavy? Like nothing at all.
I would carry you.
Mostly wet hat weight.
Oh, thanks.
I think that she like looks at the water and like sees you start to wade into it, and she's like, "If you want, I can just." And it's just like,
"Oh,
I'm taller than you are."
Yes. And to repay this, I will alter the future.
It's
fine. That in your favor.
Okay. You don't have to pay me for it's fine. I'm just, you're short and I'm tall.
I just want an excuse to do it.
So does Sosorovo climb up on your back? Is that the deal?
I think that I would like offer to pick them up like a toddler.
It's very demeaning.
Well, and just like, hold you on one hip while I have my like
carry me like a baby
heart in the other one.
Excuse me. I'm over 200 years old. Can we just
well, I have
climb on your back.
I have a backpack on.
Yeah, I'll just sit on top of it.
You're going to squash everything.
I probably weigh less than your cookware.
Right.
Sathra like has nothing to say about any of this like weird exchange of like convenience.
Yep. So
Well,
this
if we go into deep water in the future, maybe we can figure it out. But for now, sure, squash all of my belongings.
So despite the smell and the prevalence of the sewer water down here, this does not appear to be a part of Baldur's Gate's sewer system. As you wade in to the stinky water, you notice that there are some thin, some like deeper cracks in all the walls. And it seems like this structure is sewer adjacent and that probably there is like leakage through the walls into this place. And that's why it's like full of disgusting sewer water.
I'm just thinking straightforward. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, from this chamber, there are 2 exits, one here and one over there.
Hold on.
The good doggo is swimming.
I can see all possible outcomes.
I'm going forward.
Yeah, I was just messing about. It just doesn't matter.
So Soro was like, I eat a handful of mushrooms, then I just babble incessantly for the next 6 hours. I see the future. Okay, so you're gonna head down
I feel like there's a lot of that between Sathra and Cicerova. It's just like, I'm gonna say a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do.
Yeah. So you reach this the end of this tunnel and you see stairs that go up out of the sludge. So right here, it separates from the puddle and you raise up above it slightly.
Wonderful. Out of the sewer water.
Yeah. You're no longer. You're still soaked in it. Especially, I guess, Sosro, if you never went in, you're good. But everybody else is pretty.
I feel like, did you just start to go in by yourself?
Your dog's fur is all covered in sludge water, and as soon as you get out, it just shakes really hard and splatters gray water everywhere.
And then its tongue is just like.
Yeah. There's a door at the end of this hall, Sathra.
Look at how good I am.
I make my way towards the door.
Yeah, you're gonna head towards the door. Okay. All right. So as I said, slightly swollen wood door. You figure if you give it a push, it'll probably pop open. Doesn't appear to have a lock built into it.
Is everybody in the positions they want to be in? Because I don't want to open.
I'm gonna open this door. Everything's gonna go nuts.
That's fine.
Yep, that's fine.
I opened the door.
All right. You open the door. There is a octagon-shaped room. Yes. There's an
Enter the octagon.
Okay, cool. A super muscly dude jumps down from the ceiling and gets you in a headlock. Just punching you. So you walk in. This chamber is empty, but not bereft of decor. Carved into each of the 3 doors, and probably you notice this as you open the door that you're coming into. Each of the doors in this room has a symbol carved or burned into the surface, and they all face in. So you didn't see it from the backside, but when you opened it, you're like, oh look, there's a symbol. So on the north door, there is a carving of a powerfully built man with 2 long curved blades instead of hands, and he has a skull for a face.
Okay.
So you see him, and he's just like chopping up people on the door. He's in the middle of like murdering.
Cool.
So on the east door over here, there is a carving of a tall armored man wearing a bucket helm. His right gauntlet is painted black and holds a set of shackles. And then the south door bears a carving of a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl. And in his skeletal hands clutches a screaming human skull. Wait,
that's Merkel, the murder guy's ball.
Yeah, Edward Slaughterhands.
When you said sword hands and then you said Merkel, I was like, what have I taught you?
Yeah, so the north door has sword hand skull face. The south door has, I guess, me on it doing this, holding a skull. And then the door on the east is, yes, as you pointed out, Sosorovo. It's Bane. Technically, you can recognize these characters with a DC 10 religion check, but like, we've all taken a trip around the Forgotten Realms once or twice. We know what we're talking about here.
Which one's the Merkel door? Let's go in the Merkel door.
Bane door.
Merkel door.
So there's also an archway with no door over
All right,
here.
fine, Merkel door.
Merkel door.
Merkel door sounds like a bad Harry Potter
Right, so
character.
we're deciding whether we are being dominationed, murdered, or deathed. I feel like the latter two are the same thing.
To be fair, we came through the murder door, so I think that bodes well for us.
Oh.
Like,
Might
I
be fine.
push the Merkle door open.
Yeah, you want to push that door open? Okay. All right. So, as you open this door, you see before you, and Sathra, I imagine you are too composed for this to startle you. You see corpses.
Cool.
Lying on the floor of this otherwise empty room are the pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes, arranged in a triangular formation. A lit torch lies on the ground between them, just like lying there burning on the ground. A rough-hewn staircase to the left leads down to another torch-lit chamber.
So someone's been here recently enough that the torch isn't not lit?
Yeah. There's 3 bodies laying face down, and there's
Okay,
a torch
so
burning.
I couldn't tell the difference between their hair and their face, so I thought they just had giant gray faces.
Oh yeah.
They look like here.
They've
I mean,
got
they don't
spaghetti
look like
hair.
this, but this is what their token looks like.
Yeah, I thought it was all just the giant gray blobby face.
I'm not sure.
and-
I'm not sure what artist this is, but I've seen their work in other D&D stuff. I like it. It's cool. There's a bunch of art from this artist in
How
Tomb.
much money do you want to bet that these corpses get up? They
Oh,
have
come on. It's a Merkle.
Through the Merkle door.
You open the
I
Merkle
don't
door
know.
and you look in and you see. Oh yeah, I might actually have. Well, I'll show you the concept earlier. But yeah,
All
so you
right,
walk in.
I'm gonna like check this other little room here.
Mm.
This is a room on the like left. There's like a basin or a sarcophagi or something here. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. So you take a look. You come in and peer down the stairs. There's like it looks like a partly collapsed crypt. There's a stone sarcophagus, and then the walls have all kind of like crumbled in. And the sarcophagus is open, but there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of like trash and bones and stuff in it.
All right, well,
Wait.
I don't care about that.
Where is the person that left this torch burning?
Perhaps through the Bane door.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. So there's nobody in here except for other corpses.
No, nothing.
So hold on, before you leave, November, you get ready. No, you're still like right there. Yeah. So as you go to leave, and you're like, oh, we'll-
ready an action to attack the skeleton.
no, you're gonna make
corpses.
everybody's gonna make insight checks to see if they get surprised by
Oh.
this.
Insight.
Yeah, make an insight check, and then I'll tell you what happens. Well, I'll tell you what
I was
happens
just
anyway.
not
'Cause that's my
interrupting
job.
you. Wow.
I get a 15. Also, I need to turn.
I have somebody in the order named Philaster for some reason. Get out of here, Philaster. It's like Halaster, but different.
I think Philaster's Blue Jays character's like thing, isn't it?
What
And then-
Because like one of them is named weird.
okay.
is it?
I don't know. It was last time.
I think it was one of the NPCs from the other
Oh,
room.
okay.
Okay, so add November. What did you get? 15?
I got a 15.
Oh no, yeah, sorry. I pulled up the order, but yeah, we're not doing initiative yet. Okay, all right. So Sorovo, despite being a diviner, you'd never see this coming. You are surprised. The other two you are not, so you'll get in a turn in this first order. So what happens is that as you're about to leave, the 3 necromites, which is what the name of these guys are, the necromites of Merkle, they weren't dead at all. They were just playing dead. They were just feigning
Good.
dead as you came in.
Freaking idiots.
Because they're really good at pretending to be dead. So they're all prone.
What a great skill!
Right? But one of them, like as soon as you start to go, one of them is like, now! And they all like leap to their feet, pulling out
God.
flails, or they will leap to their feet on their turn. They weren't dead at all. They were just playing dead.
Okay.
When I read this part of the adventure, I laughed so hard because I was like, yeah, the necromites, as soon as they hear someone coming, they just fall on the ground and play dead.
It's like Toy Story. but
Merkle,
kind of
save me.
for grown-ups.
All right.
So they're like, get them. And they like, they go to leap to their feet. So everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Right.
And we will see how these necromites
I
perform.
forget where on the character sheet you can turn it so that you can have like advantage, disadvantage, or what have you.
Oh, it's on. So if you
Cog.
wanna activate it or deactivate it on your
Yeah.
character sheet, your main sheet, go to the cog,
Yeah.
and then there's that huge page of like modifiers for like global stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember because I never played this game. I just GM it. It's in here somewhere. It's on this page.
What I love about
find
these
it.
guys is that they all they're like now, but now they get to start the fight prone. Like
Yes, yeah, they're not. I mean, their initiative they rolled okay, so yeah, it's somewhere on this page. You'll find it.
I can't
Always
read.
roll queries, top right corner.
Top
Always
right.
roll advantage toggle, query advantage or
here
never.
we go.
Yep.
Advantage toggle. There we
Yeah.
go. That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
It was just I
knew it was on there. I never remember where.
I wasn't looking for the word queries for some
Right,
reason.
yeah.
That was too fancy for
Okay.
me.
So anyway, go ahead and roll your biz there. So Sosorova got a 10, Sathra got a 6. Good.
Oh,
okay.
I got an 8, but I forgot.
So they get to
put it.
go first. Sosorova, you don't go this turn. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. They were alive all along.
All right. Hopefully you guys don't have 65 health and 3 attacks each. Let's find out.
Actually, that's the thing is that they immediately summon a Vrock who just tears you apart. So let me show you. I got handouts because this is a D20 module. I got it. Here you go. They're so cool looking.
Like I don't have any faith that these guys aren't super powerful for some
I love
reason.
those skull things.
Yeah.
It's based on previous balance.
All right. So
These are Makaria's 3 dads.
they leap to their feet, drawing flails. They have skull flails, I believe, is their weapon. Yeah, a skull flail. Then as they do, so they have a skull flail whirling around in one hand. The other hand is like crackling with necrotic energy. It's like a twisted claw.
Of course it is.
So all right, so they get up. And that will be they use half their movement to stand.
I think the doggo like yips and then runs backwards.
Yeah, like runs and hides behind your legs.
Yeah.
Okay. So they come. This one is gonna like leap forward. And each of you will get attacked once with a flail. So
Cool.
Sathra, here comes a skull flail.
Need an
I
18
got-
handy.
I got an 18.
Okay, there you go.
18. All right. So the skull flail deals you 8 bludgeoning damage.
I immediately hellish rebuke this nerd.
Shoom, so the skull
Wait,
comes
you
flying
have
in
Hellish
towards you.
Rebuke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. What does Hellish Rebuke do?
2d10 fire damage as a reaction.
Okay, good. Great.
8 damage as a reaction.
Okay. So he swings the flail at you. You take the 8 bludgeoning. And what does your Hellish Rebuke look like? Do you like shoot lasers out of your eyes? You breathe fire? Do you use your hand?
It is like green fire. It's like the green flame blade, but like it looks poisonous. You know what I mean? It's kind of like gaseous.
Okay. And he does get a saving throw.
Oh, there's a dex save. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The
DC
dex
14.
save. He got a 7. So
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he tries to throw his hand up in time, but instead fire like shoots at him, and he hits you, and both of you kind of recoil away from each other. But I think you just lose your 10 hit points, right?
I
He
do
gives
just
you
lose
8.
my 10 hit points.
Okay.
Yes.
So Dendar takes one for the team.
Dendar protects me.
Yeah. Cool. And what does that look like? Is it like a force field of like black scales?
It is like a slithering like scaly viper shield, basically. Like
Yeah, cool.
there's this image of like ghostly snakes like through the air, like, and it just catches whatever the weapon is.
Cool. Yeah. So it's like hits it, and it absorbs, your shield absorbs the blow. He gets burned. There's like beard hair singeing, like staggers back. And then November, one of them attacks you with the skull flail.
It's hexagonal AT.
Gets 7 and misses. And then the one at the
Armor class is
back,
13.
the one at the back, rather than closing, he sees that his friend is trying to flail you. He reaches out with his crackling claw and lunges, and a hand, a spectral skeletal hand, leaps as if his bones were becoming ghostly, leaping out of his hand, lunges towards your throat to try to grab you.
Cool.
So he tries to Claws of the Grave you. This is against November.
That sounds sick. I want that.
And he gets a 6. So it's a critical fail. He fumbles. He lunges for you, and I think instead he grabs the other necromite, and the necromite turns around. And he's like, "No, not me, her! Stop it!" And like waves off the skeletal hand as this other one tries to pummel you. So Sosorovo, you are like just startled by this whole situation.
It's actually a bit that I'm like playing really hard into. I'm like, they weren't dead?
I
Waste
could
my
never
entire
have
turn.
known. Okay, so November, you get attack, or whatever you'd like to do with your turn.
Yeah. So I am completely shocked by these corpses, and I don't like undead creatures. They're gross.
Sure. Okay.
So I know it's such a reversal from my ordinary reaction towards undead creatures. Oh, I have my spell slots back. Okay. And I'm going to I just learned this from Willow upstairs. I'm gonna thunderwave these bitches.
Oh, you're gonna hit me.
Am I? Because it starts here and then it goes like.
Oh, you're doing like sideways.
Well, no, it goes like it starts in the square in front of me and then goes like diagonal.
Oh,
right?
I thought it was a square. Never
Is
mind.
it? Let me check. It's
Yeah, you're on the
15
face
foot
of the square.
cube. Okay, it's a cube.
Mhm.
I thought it was like a triangle.
If you hit 2 of them, you wouldn't hit me. If you did it like off center.
I can't like. We've had this conversation about Thunderwave before, and I cannot choose to place it in a
No.
different area.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever. That's cool. I
Like
can take
we've
it.
had many
Now,
conversations about Thunderwave.
if you wanted to, you could ready in action, and then Sathra could disengage and like move away, and then you could hit all 3 of them.
Right, because her turn is next.
Her turn.
Yeah.
Is, yeah.
I think I would just like yell, "Get out of the way," and then like bring my foot up,
move.
and then like you can, yeah. So I will ready an action to Thunderwave when Sathra gets out of the cube room.
Got it.
Okay, so Sathra.
I'm gonna attack first because
It's a good plan.
why wouldn't I?
Well, so it depends on if you want to take attacks of opportunity or not, right?
I mean,
Oh.
that's fine. I can take an attack of opportunity. I'm only gonna take 1 maximum. Because I'll just move into the core.
What if you miss?
It's fine.
You take 2 right now.
No, I
Take
wouldn't.
2.
Because
Why
that doesn't leave me from the threat of that guy. Only this
Oh,
guy.
that's true. Yeah, you're still like
Yeah, it's
5
only
from
1.
this guy. Yeah, even though he can't. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's fine. Yep.
So I'm going to longsword the guy in
flame
front.
blade?
Oh, well, yeah, that too. That's what I meant. Green flame blade, the guy next to November. So we're gonna roll that 22
Nice.
hit with
Yep.
the green flame blade.
Yeah, soften that
So
guy.
it does 9 slashing damage to that guy
Mhm.
and splashes 4 fire damage to the guy who's next to me.
Who's already on fire?
He's already on fire.
Ah, more fire now. Okay. Yeah.
So how do you turn on that blade?
What do you mean?
Bonus action?
Is it an action or?
So a green flame blade is a cantrip that replaces my attack. It's just an attack with a
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
like the whole situation. You turn on the blade and then attack with it.
Yeah,
and it's one. Okay.
exactly, yeah.
It's as part of casting this, make a melee attack.
So I'm gonna step back and take, I guess, an attack of opportunity from Jimbo Jones there.
Yes. Yeah. This one, the one that you slashed. He lunges out with his flail, swings it around, gets a 20
Okay, that hits me, yeah.
for 1 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, cool.
Boonk.
And then I'm out of the room. So November.
So then my thunder wave
It
will go off.
feels about as bad as somebody like bouncing a golf ball off the side of your head. Like
Ow!
it stings, but it's not gonna kill you. Okay.
Yeah, and I think like it looks very like I saw someone do this, and now I'm gonna try and do it.
Oh, I see. You're playing a blue mage. Got it.
So we'll see how it goes. It's a DC 13 Constitution save for these fellas,
Okay, so the one in front of you,
and it's super loud.
the one to the left, the whole place like rumbles, and then the one at the back. Okay, so I got what's the saving throw? 13.
13.
Okay, so
Mhm.
only this guy got it. The fire guy got it. Mhm.
Yeah, so it deals 11 thunder damage. I think halved if you.
Yeah, even like getting this,
They take
even-
half as much
even getting the
damage.
save. So the
And then the ones who didn't get the save, they're pushed 10 feet away from me.
okay, so you kill.
Double kill.
Yeah,
Two
that's
of
why I
them.
softened up the other guy.
Yes, yeah. So basically, you do it, and it just blows them off the floor. Like they just go flying into the air. This guy hits the wall and dies. This guy, because he's right in front of you, bangs into this guy and falls on the floor. And this guy is thrown against the wall, and then he has his enemy thrown into him. It's a whole showing off the physics engine thing. And yeah, like ragdolls, they're just scattered around the room. 2 of them die instantly, broken necks or whatever. And the other one is very badly beaten. He's got blood pouring out of his nose into his beard. And he looks up at you, clutching his flail, like, ah, how dare you?
And I think that November then like very carefully like edges around the corner and is just like, okay, sorry.
You can't move as well.
As
You can
Thunderwave?
only do-
Oh yeah, you're done. That wasn't your turn, remember? Because this isn't your turn.
Oh,
just
it was
you were
ready to-
you were readying an
Sorry,
action.
That was
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was my turn for some reason.
So let me just check.
It's tricky.
What is the cube, how is it 30 tall as well?
What? No, it's a 15-foot
15,
cube.
15.
So it's 15 all around.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So it'd go up.
Can you roll a D100 for me?
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
So I guess that includes the air. What is it you said?
Just roll a D100.
Oh,
Uh,
R
uh,
D100.
Yeah, /R D100.
A 6.
Perfect. So here's what happens. You boom, thunder wave, throwing everybody around, smash the guy into the wall. He gets up. He's like looking at you like, I'll kill you. And then he needs to make a dexterity saving throw again because
The ceiling falls on him.
he takes another 13 damage as the entire room collapses on him.
Oh.
So your thunder wave cracked the wooden beams holding the ceiling up. They broke, and then just the whole room just fucking caves in. Water gushes in, rock smashes them, and just all three of them are just buried under this like.
Is this climbable? Because I'm in the fucking other
No,
room.
so now the room is just like full of debris.
Oh, great.
So there's like.
Sathra, are you still alive?
Fine, just trapped.
Yeah, everything like caves in.
I'm so sorry. Will.
don't be sorry. That was incredible.
Yeah, the fight's very over.
I'll start moving. Well, I mean, I'll try and start moving things. I'm so sorry. We'll be right there. I'm sure you won't run out of air yet.
Yeah. No, it's not like Sathra, you are like, trapped. Like it's a cave in, but it's not impassable. Like it's you can clear it with a little effort, and then it's just difficult terrain after that.
All right. That's
But it does take a bit of like moving rocks around and stuff. But yeah, massive noise, pile of rocks all fall in and
Adam,
kill.
I cast false life.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you take your 8.
I help by slowly moving small rocks with mage hand as everyone's actually doing hard work. I'm just like,
If you said that it's not like
Okay.
impossible or like a task, would it be something we'd have to roll for to like clear this? Or
Yeah,
just
this just
time?
like takes time.
Just takes
Okay,
time.
if it's just
Okay.
time, then the dog is also helping.
oh,
Okay.
if it was a roll, the dog can't do it.
All
but
right,
because
so
it's just-
after X amount of time,
Yep.
where I'm free to like clamber out of this area.
Mhm.
Do you want to back up a second? I got it.
I'm
Now before you
I think
go,
November-
Sathra, before you go,
November's
did you
like brushing you off and like I'm so sorry.
did you want to take a look at the sarcophagus?
Oh, I
see if
guess
there's
I
anything in there?
probably
Because you're standing right
should.
next to it.
I
yeah.
probably should. Yeah.
So in there, it seems like yes, there are some like rags and some like interesting looking bones and like maybe a skull or something. But there's also books. Beneath the dust and human bones in the sarcophagus, you find 3 books. One bound in red leather, the other an umber book with a rune burned into the surface, and the third bound in scaly black reptile hide. Mm-hmm.
What are the contents of these books, Adam?
When you open and look at them, you do not understand the strange squiggly runes etched into these books.
Well, okay, I guess I'll take them with me.
Okay.
And then I'll clamber out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
did you find some books? I can smell books.
You smell like knowledge. Give them to me.
I just have them like under my arm.
I'm just like brushing at your like shoulders and like hair and like I'm so sorry. I'm like
I'm
definitely
I'm
getting
fine.
inside
I'm
of your
fine.
skin.
Stop touching me. I feel like there's this weird disconnect because she looks human, but you touch her and it's like that scale feeling because it's
Aw.
only disguise, not alter.
Right.
Don't touch me. I'm very important.
Don't touch me. And I hand the books over to Sosurova. Like,
Okay.
can you make heads or tails of these?
Probably not right now, but I can. I've got
Yeah.
a spell for
So remind me, because I haven't GM'd for a wizard in a while, how do spell books work?
So during it's not really a downtime activity. You can copy spells to your spell book from another spell book using time and gold based on the
Right, because you got to get special ink and stuff. Now, can you tell at a glance? Like, do you need to cast like read magic? Is that a thing to be able to tell what spells are in there?
No.
Okay, just for the sake of it, I'll read you what's in these. All 3 of them are spell books.
Yeah,
and I will read to you what's in them, and then I'll send you a whisper of all of the spells.
Okay, right.
So
I'll copy and paste that.
the red leather spellbook contains the following spells: Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Fog Cloud, Ray of Sickness, and Silent Image. The second spellbook, the one with the rune on the cover, contains Charm Person, Find Familiar, Identify Magic Missile, and Sleep. And the third book, the Black Reptile Hide book, contains Cloud of Daggers, Dark Vision, Detect Magic, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
God, that is... Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to copy so many spells.
So
I
there
like
you
the
go.
one with the black hide. Like,
There you go. So yeah,
All
a whole bunch of spells. These spell books, yeah, I mean, you would assume, Sosrovo, I imagine, that these spell books are not the property of these necromites, that they stole them. You know, a wizard wouldn't give up their spell book unless they were dead.
No.
oh, Baldur.
I'm like petting the dog and be like, it's okay, they're all dead, don't worry about it, and like just kind of like not paying attention.
Yeah, Sathra, do you want to open the
I
Bane
push
door?
open the Bane door.
Okay, so you place your hand on Bane's chiseled torso and give it a push. So this door opens, and there is a long hallway with stairs descending down midway down the hall.
Oh, welcome to my corridor.
Very good.
All right,
Very
well, let's go.
Okay.
All
All right, you begin to descend, and guess what? More stinky water.
Hooray!
Yeah. So as you get close to the bottom of the stairs, yeah, you find, and the water is all very still, and it's got a layer of like skin on the top. Probably not literally skin, but God knows. And yeah, and because it's still, there's no tide, there's no like motion, so it's just this awful like.
I wade
layer.
into it.
Ugh. Okay, so around the corner there's a room, and I think you might actually hear something in this room. So, let's see. Yeah, you don't have light sources, so the eastern part of this room is unlit, flooded, and braced with floor-to-ceiling wooden beams. That's what those little square guys are. Let me scroll down so the chat can see. So yeah, big wooden beams holding up the ceiling. November. Rough-hewn steps rise out of the murky water to the western portion of the room, which I think you can see if you move in slightly. It's down here. And I'm going to move you around the corner. Just come down enough to see into the room. So as you peer around the corner, the rough-hewn steps rise out of the murky water to the western portion of the room, which is dry and lit by 2 torches in sconces that flank a stone altar. Shackled to the wall behind the altar is a sickly man in a loincloth with a burlap sack over his head. An alcove in the north wall contains a freestanding suit of plate armor missing its helmet. Standing before the altar are 2 grim figures, a powerfully built woman clutching a mace, and an even bigger man wearing a bucket helm. I assume the man in the bucket helm is only wearing the bucket helm because it doesn't say anything about his clothes.
I also assume this.
Wearing a bucket helmet. The helmed man is jabbing the prisoner with a spear, causing him to twitch and moan. Both figures are clad in chainmail, and the woman carries a wooden shield with a leering skull painted on it.
Cool.
Now, if you want to, you can like see that and fall back, or you can attempt to sneak into the room.
Yeah, can we surprise them? That would be the good shit.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Okay, make a stealth.
Oh
roll.
wait, I do stealth at disadvantage because of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel
knowing that, you can choose if you want to.
No. We're gonna do it. I have faith in my roll.
All right.
I don't have faith in my role, but I'll do it.
Here we go. 5.
Yeah, for a fantastic. And then I don't know. For some reason, Blue Jay made a dexterity save.
Well, oh, sorry.
Wait,
I'm really quiet
success?
because I'm not touching the water because I'm
Blue
being
Jay gets
carried.
it, damn it.
Okay. Well, unfortunately,
I mean,
yeah.
it
So
would have been the
Sorovo,
same thing,
Sorovo,
but-
you're on November's back, so your stealth doesn't really matter. Because if they see November, they'll see you too. So I think
sure.
let me roll for them.
Yeah, maybe they suck at.
Maybe they'll roll
perception.
really bad. No. So let's see, and then
Surely they heard the explosion.
I would-
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah,
they know. So the you come around the corner, and I think this isn't even like you're not even trying. They just hear the splashing and stuff, and they were waiting for you, and they both turn, and the bucket. Let's see,
Mr. Buckethelm.
Buckethelm with the spear. He's like,
Kazira, we've got company.
and she looks over, and she's like, why, yes, we do. Are you the ones making all that noise? Come to interrupt our fun,
Yeah, sorry.
And she like slaps the mace into her hand threateningly. And
I
you
draw-
hear from, because as Chad pointed out, these two are obviously Dark Souls NPCs. What you hear as we roll initiative from under the helmet is just and he takes a stalk, he starts stalking forward, spear in his hand. They're both very excited to have guests. And I think that's that. I think it's initiative. I think they're ready to fight. So let me pop up the order and let's do the thing.
I dispel my disguised person or disguised self
They're like, wait a second, I know you. You're from Sin's Fortress.
for spooky effect.
Nice.
Oh, I was
get a
clicked on my
13.
cat. Damn it.
Damn it, me too.
You were clicked on his cat?
Yes.
Yeah, their cat is in the way. I'm gonna clear Miffles from the order, and we will add.
Sorry.
There you go.
Very good.
I will put my pet on the initiative. But,
Okay.
gee, I need.
And then
I won't.
I wasn't clicking.
oh yeah, I got you in there now, Sathra.
Okay, thank you.
In between sessions, I need a sheet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we need to make a sheet for a Tressum. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So you walk in. Remember, the water is difficult terrain, so you're sloshing around in a little bit. The fight begins. And Yignath, which is, I believe, the name of the. Let's see here. The Iron Consul, which is the dude with the spear. Yeah, he's gonna go first.
Okay.
So, let's see, can he get to you? Probably not. Hey,
Water is difficult terrain, so no, he cannot.
I think he's just gonna throw his spear at you. Does he have another weapon?
He'll be down a spear.
He'll be
I'm
down a spear.
cool
he doesn't.
with
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't have another weapon, so I don't think so. But there might be one other thing that he can do. Let me take a quick look
Whip your
here.
spear at us.
Is the other thing he can do kill himself with?
No, he steps up to the armor, and he looks over and he's like,
Kazira, how do we wake this thing up?
and she's like, I don't know, push it. And he like shakes the armor, and when he does, there is a faint hum as the arms from the elbow down, like the gauntlets, come off and start floating. There's a little cloud of like grayish energy around them, and they start floating, and then they make angry spiked fists and then kind of fly at you. So he activates the statue's the little armor suit special ability. I gotta roll initiative for the fists.
I feel like that's gonna be a problem.
Okay, cool. So they'll go on 8.
Bane's magic fist.
Yeah, Bane's flying fists. So they will detach and then get to fly out and start punching you. But that's Yignath's turn. Sathra, it is your turn.
So strategically, I think this water is pretty helpful. So I'm gonna step back one step, and then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this nerd.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a little cover from that pillar there.
Okay, well then I will rotate specifically so that it's not.
Yeah,
the
there you go.
Then
Now
I
you got a
will
clear
Eldritch-
shot on him.
Then I will Eldritch Blast. that
Eldritch Blast. Okay, so what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Good question. Well, there's the hit. Let's see if I can actually do anything with it. 10 damage, maximum
God
damage.
damn.
The Eldritch Blast is like an ephemeral representation of the Night Serpent Dendar.
Yes.
Like a smaller version of this like black serpent that like leaps from her hand,
That's so
like
cool.
collides with this like green fire explosion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, the serpent.
I feel like it's probably from the sword too. Like she points
yeah.
the sword, and it's like.
So yeah, the serpent like leaps. Yeah, it's Hanzo's ult, but with snakes, and they're black. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So flies out, hits him for 10 force damage, and he shouts in pain, "Ah!" and staggers back. Yeah. And like staggers. And I imagine this dude would be played by like just the biggest wrestler you can find. Like just massive broad shoulders, and then jam like, a bucket on his head.
Just like the Big Show, but with like a bucket on his head.
Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't mean to click that.
Yep. Okay.
It was
fine.
an accident. I want it though because it's a 20.
Anything else, Sathra?
No, that is my turn.
Okay. All right. So November.
Can I have that roll?
No, you have to take your turn. What are you doing?
I step forward so I can see. God, I could see better from here because of those pillars.
Damn pillars, yeah.
Is this wall in the way? Like, can I like peer around the corner? Like I can see visually like these two, or do I have to be here?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the spell. If you want to use a target, yeah, you have to move because there's no way you can see him from here. You could see maybe kind of see her, but yeah.
Well, I was like this one, yeah.
But remember, you can move, cast a spell, and move back.
Yeah, but I can only move half of my movement.
You're splashing around in some deep water.
What about there? Is that better? The thing is like, yeah, okay. So I'll just move to there, and then I'll do what I was looking at doing anyway, which is cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll roll I'm not going to roll 20 again. An 18.
18 still hit.
Nice. Okay, so I roll 18 for Ray of Frost. It does 2 cold damage, but the important thing that it does is that it the speed of this one, the one with the tan background, is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Nice. Okay.
Which means that we're even more out of their range, and then I will step back.
Okay. All right. So Sorovo.
Okay. There are 3 people in here.
There are. There was a guy. This guy's tied to the wall. He's the guy in the loincloth.
Oh.
The one being poked by the spear.
I look super noble as Mr. Loincloth.
Yeah. You can tell just by looking at his body that he's a noble. You don't even need to look at his face. He's got that noble body.
Yeah.
Okay. I move around the corner, and I have an almost completely unimpeded shot on this top one. Like the angles from the dynamic lighting show you the entire circle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
So I will shoot a chill touch at this fellow.
Okay.
Yeah. 17.
Nice. That was rolling great. Yep.
Okay. And we'll deal max damage also. 8 points of necrotic.
All right. Cool. So he's been Eldritch Blasted, Ray of Frosted, and Chill Touched, and he's just like getting pummeled by magic. It's not good for him. He's not enjoying it. It is killing him slowly. Anything else, Sorovo?
No, I don't think so. That's
okay.
It for me.
All right. So, on their turn, now I'm using the stats are for a flying sword, but they're pointy fists. They've got spikes on them. And so, yeah, Yignath gets blasted. Buckethead here gets blasted a bunch, and then the fists of Bane awaken and then fly out to come and punch you. So they have a movement. There's 2 of them, obviously, and they have a movement of 50 feet, and they can fly. So one of them rocket fists around the corner and comes flying towards you, Sathra, and tries to punch you. Flying Fist of Bane. Here we go. And I get a 15, which is a miss. So you dodge out of the way. You block the fist.
Yeah.
And then the other fist. Let's see. It's going to come over here. And it's going to punch Sorovo.
His tiny head.
It rolls a 5.
Oh, does it? Okay, perfect.
Don't you dare touch me.
So this is it. This is the moment. You see it come flying towards you, and you're like, wait a second. I had a dream about a flying fist.
No.
And in that dream, you dodged nimbly out of the way. And so the fist flies in and smashes the wall behind you. It would have gotten an 18.
Should have hit me.
All right. So Kazira, Miss Not Buckethead, she reaches over and picks up a longbow that she had sitting here. And she moves up here in front of Yignath and draws an arrow and fires it at Sathra.
Okay.
So, actually, I think she can use, let me see. Iron Console, Fist of Bane. Here we go. Okay, no, she doesn't. Okay, so she's longbow. She fires. Pew. She gets a 5.
Yes.
No problem. You are too dexterous.
Snake-like reflexes. Yeah.
Okay. So, Buckethead, on his turn, he is all slow, so he's not going anywhere. He is going to, let's see, 5, 15. His movement speed is 20. Okay, so we can do that. He takes a step forward. He throws his spear at you, Sathra.
Okay.
So he's going to huck the spear because he's like, fuck this. I don't need this spear. And he throws it in your direction. Gets a 25, which is a crit.
Okay.
You take 10 piercing damage.
Still good.
I'm still good. Thunk.
Actually, that was mostly temp HP. So
Yeah, it was two real damage.
fine.
And then
The power of Dandar protects.
throws the spear. It stabs you. And then he staggers back, and then he gets to use his special ability, which is Voice of Command. So he commands. He shouts to the fist. He's like,
Fists of Bane! Smash our enemies!
and then the fists both go punch, 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 and punch you some more.
Okay.
So what he's using is an ability called Voice of Command. He selects 2 allies within 90 feet of it. Each ally can immediately use its reaction to make a melee attack. So he's just like, go fists, go, punch, punch, punch. And then
So he's just a warlord
wait.
from 4th edition.
The
Yeah, he's a
ephemeral
warlord.
fists of Bane are allies.
The fists, yeah, these guys are Bane worshippers. The fists are their allies.
So they're not like spiritual weapons.
No, they're not. They're like
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
creatures, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so on his turn, he makes 1 attack with a spear and uses Voice of Command. So he uses Voice of Command, so they get an extra, the Fist of Bane. The irony here is that I have monsters in this encounter that are literally Fists of Bane, but the thing is, her name is, her monster type is Fist of Bane, which is very fucking confusing. So anyway, two attacks. 1,
Yep.
Which is a 20.
Okay.
Hits for 9 piercing.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And the second one is a 15, so you dodge.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting all of the brunt of the attacks. And it occurs to you in the back of your head somewhere, man, it'd be great if we had some kind of like, I don't know, paladin that could do this for you.
Fucking really cool if somebody else could do this.
It's your turn, Sathra.
I cast Hex on Beefy Boy.
On Buckethead.
Buckethead Boy.
Okay.
And then I Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
So with Hex, I don't have like a setup for Hex and Eldritch Blast together, but we will just make do.
An Eldritch Blast is a attack roll, right?
It is 12.
12 is a miss.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So you hex him, the snake, the dark, ominous, the snake of Dendar wraps around his fate, and then you blast at him, and he pulls himself aside, and the snake flies past him and crashes into the wall.
Make his constitution checks harder.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. November.
Okay, I'm gonna do another step out so I can see things. And then obviously I see that there's do these things
Any help would be great.
right? Do these things look like
For everybody who is asking, the spear throw was not out of range. It was 20 feet. And then he stepped back. So everybody it's okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your turn.
do these things look like ephemeral or looks like I could like hit
They're
them?
physically black painted gauntlets that happen to have like a animating cloud floating them around. They're just flying physical objects. Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I would still like step around the corner. I'm going to make an attack on the
Hang on a second. Oh no, they
Yeah,
use
you-
they use a reaction already. You would be provoking attack of opportunity from this one, but he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
I'm gonna use frostbite on what does this do? One sec. I haven't. No, that's fine. I'm gonna use frostbite on this guy, this
Mhm.
sword in the air, which is a DC 13 Constitution save. Do they have Constitution?
Yeah, they're monsters.
Yeah, they're full
Oh,
monsters.
I guess I don't.
Yeah, don't worry.
get
They're not.
Better.
They're not. Yeah, it gets a 5.
Okay, so it takes 6 cold damage, but better than that, it has disadvantage on its next attack
Hell
roll. On the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Nice. Okay.
And then as
it
my
took
bonus-
6 cold damage.
Yes, and then as my bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Sathra,
Praise.
Sick. Praise be.
and
You got
she
5.
gets 5 hit points.
I love healing word.
And I think that I won't move again.
Yeah. So is frostbite a ranged attack? It is,
Yes.
right? Okay. Yeah. So you use it, and the air around the flying fist becomes suddenly icy cold. You see the patina of frost cover the fist, and its fingers like grow slower, and it's grasping. It's clear that you are damaging it.
Okay, cool.
And that's your
'Cause I
turn?
just wasn't sure about how this all works, but yes, that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm like kind of hoping to get some attacks away from Sathra.
All right. Big hat Sosorovo.
Mhm.
It is your turn.
So that's 10 feet to here. How much cover would you say our friend here has? I do see his entire token again, but
Yeah, but there's definitely some like wall in the way.
Yeah,
I
and,
think.
and you said I couldn't cast with that wall there.
Yeah, if it's line of sight, then you could do it. But if it's like to roll, yeah, it'll be like the highest form of cover, right? Basically the +5 to AC or whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, I'll cast a spell that doesn't require line of sight.
Okay.
I'm going to cast, starting down here.
Mhm.
Actually, it doesn't matter. It does lowest hit points first. I'll cast Sleep.
Okay. And what's the radius on it? How big is it?
Yeah, that's what I was just checking. I didn't put the full thing in there.
Yeah, that's okay.
Target creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range. So I could put it on this back corner here and have it go out to there, if that's all right.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of affects everybody in this area. Okay. All right. So the adventure
Wait,
doesn't.
Quick question.
Yeah.
That fellow who's tied to the wall.
Yeah, the adventure doesn't specify if he is conscious or not. Let me double check.
Like, do you want to waste the roll?
No, it
on
does.
that
No,
guy?
it shows. Yeah. So that's fine. I know how many hit points he has.
Well, yeah, but my question is for Dave. Do you want to affect someone who's tied to a wall when you can only roll so many hit points and it starts with the lowest person?
Sorry, I thought he was unconscious. So no. I'll move it forward and it could touch you. So hopefully you have more hit points than
I don't
she
think
does.
I do.
Right. So the danger is, who do you want it to hit? Do you want it to hit the semi-conscious noble, the guy who's been tortured, or risk that you'll knock out?
I mean, tortured guy's not gonna have that many HP left, right? Like, it's just
I
like
was
this-
just saying,
yeah,
like,
so this
it's
is the
still
gamble.
it's still eating the like roll
Yep.
if it's 5d8 or whatever, and
It
it'll
will- it
do
will eat-
him
yeah,
first.
It'll potentially affect him, but
Right. Well, it's not at maximum effectiveness. So instead I'll step back and I'll attack this
yeah. Okay,
flying sword.
that makes sense.
Thank you for keeping me appraised
Yeah,
of
I
the full
just-
situation.
I just know that the sleep
that's
affects the lowest HP first, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it would waste HP. You're right. Totally. Okay. So attacking. Why did it roll so many dice? How odd. Okay. Is an 8 enough to hit a flying sword?
It is not. No, it definitely isn't.
Okay, then unfortunately that's all
Okay.
on my turn.
Yeah. So you lunge for the fist, but it's moving too quickly for you to get a hold of. So the fist with disadvantage will attack November. I did again. I clicked on Fist of Bane. That's not what I want. I want Flying Sword. All right. So it attacks November. It has disadvantage. It gets an 11.
Doesn't hit me.
Okay. And then the other, and that was it, right? It gets 1 disadvantage.
Yes.
And then the other one attacks Sathra, and it gets a 20.
God damn it.
I know.
Yes. Okay.
Ignore the second number, everybody, because it isn't a crit. You take 7.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay. So you take 7 damage.
I'm at 1.
And good. Okay. All right. So, Kazira, she draws her mace and she sludges out into the water. And she's going to swing her mace at November.
Yeah, I make a con save for Hex.
Yeah.
She gets a 7, so she misses you. She comes in, she swings, you duck out of the way, and it smashes on the wall. And then Yignath Buckethead. Does he have to do anything? You're saying something about, oh, you have to, I see what you're
I was just checking for my concentration.
He doesn't have a weapon, so he'll just shout at Kazira to get her to attack again.
Every time?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So every time the Iron Consul acts, he can make 1 attack with a weapon and use voice of command. So instead, he's going to shout to Kazira. She swings and misses, and then he's like,
Do it again, moron, but hit her this time.
and she's like, "Argh," and like swings at you again, full of rage. So Fist of Bane, mace attack. She gets a 17 this time. 17 to hit. So she deals you a gentle bonk.
Wait, to me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have 13 AC.
So
Sorry, I thought it was
you
Sathra.
can't see this right now, but there we go. I had a weird bug where it was just rolling d6s over and over and over,
Yeah,
and
me
it
too.
wouldn't stop.
Well, how much?
What that was.
I was really hoping it would just keep going and fill the screen with d6s, but no. You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
It was only 1d6 and it rolled like 8. Okay.
That's not. Oh, that's not good.
But yeah, that was just the 3D dice. The actual die is I rolled a 4 and I add 3, so you take 7. Okay, all right, Sathra, it is your turn.
Fuck. Hang on.
God.
What the fuck?
I just wanted to throw a bunch of d6s on the table for fun.
Okay, I was like, what the hell? 30 feet.
It's weird. I only rolled 1d6, but for some reason you take 97 damage.
Oh, God.
Okay, I am going to Hexblade's Curse this sword.
Okay.
A sword.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The swords are so weird. I'm sorry.
So
This flying fist. Yep.
So
Okay.
I get +2 damage against it, and I crit on 19s or 20s. And I'm just going to hit it
Just gonna get
and
in
I
on
hope that the damage that has been done to it will kill it.
Okay.
Do you want to crit it?
Yes.
There you go.
it. Okay.
You
All right.
technically hit it.
This was the other moment you foresaw, Sosorovo. This strike against the
Oh,
flying
it
fist
is.
of Bane. So you might as well just,
2d8
you could just roll. You could just roll the attack and ignore the results, then roll damage
So-
twice if you wanted.
If you attack the top one and did the crit damage, you would do the splash and that if you think that might be enough.
No,
to get
because
rid of
I
it.
just don't think 8 is going to be enough. For some reason, I'm thinking I got to hit this one and end it, right?
Okay. So you get to roll your crit damage. Ooh,
Oh my
so
god!
low. Okay, so it's 9 9 damage, which you're right, doesn't destroy it.
And then I green flame blade the other guy for 8 damage. Is fucking
The other one takes 8.
yeah, this
Okay.
guy.
All right.
And I just fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just bad luck on that roll.
Oh,
Okay.
it sucks total butts. All right.
November, it is your turn. You can attack the Fist of Bane that is in front of you, and she's trying to kill you with this mace. Or
Right.
you could attack the very battered black glove that's behind you.
The fist of Bane.
The other Fist of Bane. Yeah.
Fist of Bane or the Fists of Bane.
Yeah.
What really sucks is if I had actually killed it, I'd have got HP back equal to my charisma mod, so I might have been able to
That's
live.
pretty damn close.
I think that because Sosorovo has a turn right after me, so
Yep.
I'm hoping that he can help with the swords that are ganging up on what's his butt. But if I take like another hit from her, then I'm gonna be shitty. And if we take another hit from this person, then
Yep, it's fine. I've got a plan.
Yeah, when Sosorovo gets to take their turn, they'll get to attack again. And I guess the idea here tactically is because they get all of theirs stacked, you want to try to knock at least one, maybe two of them out if you can. And the swords have taken the most damage aside from Buckethead.
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
How's Buckethead looking?
Not
Can't
great.
be good.
Like, okay, but not great. If I had to say, I would guess that he is
Okay.
almost
then
bloody.
I just here.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
I
lot
can
of
give
damage.
you temporary HP.
hang on.
Would that help?
If the cursed target dies, I get HP back. So if you can kill it,
Oh, if it dies at all, yeah,
If
you'll
it
get
dies
HP
at
anyway.
all.
That's cool. So you're like life linked to it, and when it dies, you get HP. So you could do a
Okay.
dual like heal and if you can hit this thing.
Right. It's just that my healing word is a bonus action and my other thing is a bonus action. So I'll just like
Yes.
well, I'll probably go down then, but that's fine. I'll hit the I just like Sosorovo has like no eyes on these guys, but I could do a thunder wave and at least
I'm gonna
get them
magic
out of my
missile it.
way.
it'll die. So Servo will
Yeah.
get it. So
yeah,
we're good.
so I just okay. I just wanted to my question was with thunder wave, someone said that any 5-foot square on the side. So could I cast thunder wave in the 15-foot square?
Yeah, I think we ended up that it's just as long as it's not
As
diagonal.
long as it's touching you.
It's a square,
Okay.
and it could be like the square with you on one end, or in the middle, or on the other end. But it's got to be a
Can
square.
I
And it's
have
got to
it
go out
be
that
this
way.
square?
Yes, yeah, you can thunder wave the two of them if you still have
All right.
one.
That's already good.
I
move.
will thunder wave the two of them.
Okay, keep in mind as you do this, you are also thunder waving this pillar and that pillar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Demolition specialist.
I mean, they can't attack us if there's a ton of rubble in the way.
Okay, so it's 9 thunder damage.
If they make a DC
Yeah,
13
make the save.
Constitution save.
All right. So they both have tactical discipline, so they have advantage.
Dicks.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new abilities on the Necromites, these guys, the Iron Consul, and the Fist
So
of Bane.
they made them even harder, and they made the fights hard.
Well, no, these are new monsters. They've never been in any D&D thing
Right,
before, but they all
right,
have some
right.
abilities I haven't really seen much.
Right.
One of them is this one, Tactical Discipline. It gives them advantage on ability checks and saving throws as long as they're made during a fight. So let me roll. The console, it's a con
What?
save.
Is one of them hex?
That's on a CR1 creature?
These guys are CR2.
Hey,
Oh.
we're so baby.
CR2 and CR1 half. Only one of them is CR2. Anyway, so the Iron
he's
Console
tough.
gets a 13. So,
They make it.
and that was this one.
They take half damage.
Okay, 6,
And
4.
they don't get pushed.
So that's Yignath. And then the Fist of Bane in front of you with advantage. Still only gets an 8. So
So
takes
they take 9 and are pushed backwards.
9 shoved over here. Okay, so smacks into the wall. The damage that you deal is not enough to destroy either of the pillars, but damages them pretty significantly.
I see like them cracked and like a little
Like
bit
you
of
could
like
you could punch them hard and it would knock one out.
okay. I don't think I can punch one hard with a bonus action.
No, it'd be an attack.
So I'm just going to look at Sosorovo and look at Sathra and be like,
Back up.
"Oh, you tell me to back up?"
Yeah, well, because otherwise the spear can just wade back in and hit you
Oh,
again.
sorry, I'm pushing the wrong thing. That's my bad. Right. Why am I? No, why I didn't mean. Why is that still there?
Okay, so you cast a spell. You still have a move.
I can move probably that.
If
Wait,
you do
I
that,
have to
the fist will punch you.
yeah, I can't get out of.
All right, well,
I could move. Wait, I can move here,
you can go like all the way around it.
here, and here.
Yes,
That's-
but do you have enough move for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have 30 feet halved. No, I was in this square.
Oh, that's right. You were there. Yep. So you're fine. Okay. All right. So you thunder wave, blast them back, trudge around the corner while Sathra is like dueling 2 flying fists.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sorovo, your turn.
Kill the gauntlet.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to cast Magic Missile. How did you want to handle the targeting of missiles?
Like you can do them one at a
All at the
time.
same time?
Yeah,
One at a time?
You can do them one at a time.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's fine because you get all the missiles. I imagine that if this, I just think of this as like kind of like an anime. Like you summon them first in a circle around you, and they float around you, and then you direct each one to like fly out. And you can do them one at a time. I think that's totally reasonable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to
The
check
Flying
on that
Fist is the airborne division of the Flaming Fist. The Fist Waffa.
Wow.
There's flying gauntlets in the airspace over Baldur's Gate.
All
right, so the first one is at
first
the
one is
mostly
at the-
battered one. Okay.
Yes.
Pew!
Pew, 3.
All right, you destroy it. It is destroyed.
Oh.
Blammo. The
I gained
fist.
5 HP.
The fist shatters. Little metal fingers go flying, and yeah, it just like splashes into the water.
Okay.
I'm invigorated by its death.
Yeah, how many HP do you get? You're 5. Nice. Okay.
And then I think I'm going to do the other two on.
Warlock level plus charisma, so it's actually 6.
It's actually 6. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the other 2 on her because she just took 9 damage.
Mhm.
So first one is 5.
Okay.
Pew.
Flies around the corner.
Last one.
Gets hit.
Another 5.
Oh, another 5. Okay, she's looking very rough. She's breathing hard. There's like blood dripping from her nose. She's clutching her mace, and you can see her like with her other hand. She's like steadying herself on the wall to stay standing. She's very, very badly beaten. And that's it for you.
Yes.
Okay,
That's it
so
for me.
this fist over here, it's gonna stay where it is. Actually, no, it's gonna move over, and it's gonna punch you, Sosorovo, because it's sick of your bullshit. So
Where's that bullshit?
it gets a 6, so it misses. So it swings at you, underestimates how short you are, because you're
It
up
just
to your
punches above
you're
the
up
hat.
to your nose in shitty water, and yeah, just swings past you, and you barely duck out of the way.
Yeah, hits the hat and there's a round.
Yeah. And then the Fist of Bane, Kazira, she is staring fucking daggers at you, November. She's like, I'm gonna get you. So she's going to, mace clutched angrily in her hands,
I think
muttering
she's
a
gonna
prayer
make it
to
me,
Bane.
yeah.
She sloshes through the water towards you, and then roars at you with rage and swings the mace. So
Don't touch me.
the mace howls through the air. She gets a 23 to hit.
Oh,
Oh, that definitely hits.
You take 9 damage.
Oh God, I have 1 damage left.
yes, still up.
Thunk. Yeah, just the heavy thud of the mace as it collides with your ribs. You stagger back. Pain, a flower of pain blossoms in your chest.
Like it's a thing where like my vision has like red stars in it. It's just like,
Mhm.
whoa.
Yeah. And behind her, bucket screwed on tight, Yignath is shouting, "More! Again! Kill her!"
Oh, God
And,
damn it.
And Kazira, raises the mace, her eyes glowing black with the fervor of Bane, and she takes a second swing, and she gets an 18,
Yeah, I'm down.
striking you for any amount of damage, and you tumble over backwards, splashing into the
Start
water.
drowning.
You got a while before you'll drown. You'll die of your injuries before you drown. So yeah, you tumble backwards into the sludge. And I think you're not. I don't think you're dying. She does non-lethal damage because these are prisoner takers, not
Yeah,
killers.
you're up on the chains next.
If you were fighting,
All worshippers.
yeah, if you're fighting ball lights, then it would be I don't know, apostasy not to kill you, but instead she hits you, your eyes roll back in your head, and you fall unconscious into the water. So actually you might drown, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so Sathra, it's your turn.
Do I hit the gauntlet or the?
She looks like extremely rough. You could breathe on her hard and she'd die.
It's a
Also
shame
the-
they're not next to each other, huh?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, I can't green flame blade them.
It's true.
So I'm gonna step forward onto this corpse, and whack the spear lady.
Okay.
That's probably the smart.
Slosh forward.
So it's just
Dendar blade glowing. You take a swing.
longsword with hex 22.
Nice.
She dead.
8.
She's super dead. Yeah.
I actually rolled the wrong longsword there. That should have been 20. So if that makes a difference.
20 still would have hit. She's got an AC of 18.
It's the same otherwise.
Yeah. So your sword just cuts right into her armor and pierces her heart. She lets out a scream and then falls backwards dead.
Praise Dandar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dendar 1, Bane 0. Well, Bane 1 too.
And what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna move back here so that the big buckethead guy can't get to me in one move. And that's that.
Okay. So November, you don't have to make death saves. Blue Jay, can you look up the rules on suffocating? Oh, you might not have access to the compendium. I don't think I moved compendium access over. Yeah, I didn't. Sorry. So Sorovo, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah. The problem here is I don't have any spells that aren't ranged attacks. Without my spell slots. I could magic missile again, I guess.
When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, which I guess I automatically do because I am unconscious underwater.
Yeah.
It can survive for a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier. At the start of the next turn after that, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
Oh, okay. All right. So how many rounds do you have?
Dose.
2 total? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's not the time to conserve spell slots then. I will magic missile again. My last spell slot.
Okay. And where are you targeting your first missile? I assume the fist in front of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Pew.
All right, deal it 4. It's looking pretty rough.
Pew.
Okay, it's still going.
That's unfortunate.
It is, yeah.
Pew.
Another 3. Okay, now it's toast. There you go. So same thing, all 3 missiles, it takes like 1, 2, and then on the third one, it finally cracks apart, shatters, and the bits of twisted metal drop down into the water.
Yeah, and while I want to move over to November, there's still a dude who might come over and hit me with his punching hand.
Buckethead might come over and punch you.
If you get behind November and try and help, I can move forward and it's fine.
Oh yeah, I could totally go.
He has fists.
I can get to there.
He's also hexed. Yeah, there you go.
Because I only have 25 movement speed, so I can only move 2 hexes because it doesn't round up. That's it for me.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something real quick for this guy. Okay. All right. So he looks around. He sees that both of his magic fists are destroyed. He sees that his non-magical fist, she's dead too. And you don't see his face, but he's snarling under that helmet, and he's just like, "Argh!" and like just starts sloshing through the water towards you. So he's gonna move 10, 20, and 30, and he just starts coming in your direction, just slosh. And I think that when he stops, like I guess because he can do one thing when he moves, he reaches down and he yanks Kazira's mace out of her dead hand as he stalks forward. Sathra, it is your turn.
I guess I hit him with a long sword.
Yeah, he's standing right there.
I am gonna. Just wondering if I could two-hand it. Might be better. But then my AC drops. We'll just hit him with it. Damn it! No, we won't. 9 is probably not enough to hit.
A 9 is definitely not enough to hit him. That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, and he's hexed, but I have to actually hit something that's hexed to do any hex damage, which has never happened in the history of me hexing things. So.
Okay. All right. So November, you will drown at the end of your next turn.
Okay. I just rolled my initiative for my familiar.
Okay.
Because I think they're gonna get involved now.
Okay.
Because
All right.
it's pretty dire.
So Miffle's got a 12. Okay.
Miffles certainly does have a 12.
So Miffles can actually go then right before you if you want.
Yes, I would love for Miffles to do so.
So you just like unleash your secret weapon. You take your hat off.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
so let's do this. Here, we'll cliffhanger it. So we see Sosorovo, you look around, you feel the taut skein of fate closing around you. You're watching your friends, fall down in the muck. This huge naked man with a bucket on his hat, because I can't imagine him in any other way. It's like striding through the water, grabs the mace, comes snarling up towards you. And then we see you make that decision. You like reach up to your hat and you start lifting the hat off. And before we can see what's inside, maybe we get the glint of like eyes underneath. And then we cut to black before you unleash your secret weapon. So we'll see. We'll have the big Miffles reveal next episode. So we're gonna be away next episode. Like next week, there won't be an episode because a bunch of us are at TwitchCon. And then we'll come back the week after, and we will not only have our normal group, but we will have Bryn Aurum will get introduced to Lauren's Paladin, and then Sathra won't have to take so much abuse.
Oh my God! Thank God!
Somewhere in the distance, the trumpets of the Flaming Fist sound in the distance. Like, we're on our way. Backup is on the way. So, so that's our episode. So we have another week of raising money for Extra Life. I know that I saw Blue Jay posting the link in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, either the day of or during that week that's come out, we'll make sure that the link for the charity is in there. If you want to help me name an NPC, if you want a prognostication from the great sage Sosorovo, or you want to go big and get that deal with the devil and hang out with me for an hour while I tell you how to be a better dungeon master. All of those things are available on that link through our Extra Life. Thank you to everybody who donated. And at the end of our next session, we will personally thank everybody who donated because it's a great cause. So thanks for checking it out. Thanks for watching the show. And in the meantime, between now and our next episode, everybody here does cool stuff on the internet, which I will let them tell you about, starting with Dave. Dave, please.
Yes. Cool. Thank you very much, everyone. I am loving this character already. I really, really like the new group and everyone, and I'm super excited to see how the dynamic of us being kind of chaotic, a little bit evil, happens with the Paladin as well. For my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at Dave_the_human, and on Twitch at Dave_human. And if you're watching this live, today I believe is Bi Visibility Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I just wanted to shout that out and say I'm one of those. I'm being visible for you. If you're out there, I see you as well. Just wanted to.
Yeah, it's true. Normally on every other day of the year, bisexual people, if you try to attack them, you have disadvantage. Today is the day. Today is the day they're no longer invisible. Get them.
That's why I'm staying inside.
Yeah, that's right. This is the day that all of the lovely bi people that we know just avoid crowds and stay away from their enemies.
I don't like when people look at me.
Excellent. Cool. Well, thank you, Dave. Well, speaking of which, Blue Jay, why don't you go next?
It's weird. As someone who just said I don't like when people look at me, I put pictures of myself on the internet for money. So what a fucking screw up. I just made decisions. I made decisions that conflict with my desire to be invisible. But yeah, you can find me playing video games at twitch.tv/bluejay, and you can find links to said pictures and like everything else I do over on my Twitter at bluejay_712. I am gonna be posting. I got permission finally to post the vampire show I'm running So that'll be up on my Patreon for October. I'm posting the first episode.
Oh, fun. That's cool.
Yeah, because it was on like someone else's Patreon. It's on the Club PA Penny Arcade Patreon, and so I was like, go give money to someone else, and then you can see the show that I do. And this, and they're like, no, you
that's
can...
really cool that they're letting you run the first episode on yours. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was just like, I want people to be able to see it because I'm doing this thing and I talk about it, but no one can watch. And so now, so that'll be up for October, and I'll be at TwitchCon. I'm one of the ones that's going to be at TwitchCon. So if you see me there, you can say hi. I'm really a nice person. Please don't be mean to me. Okay, bye.
Okay, good. Excellent. Thank you. Last but not least, hopefully face tanking for the last time in this campaign. Playing Sather Coldblood. It's Distracted Elf.
Hi, friends. I am Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. I've been doing a lot of Total Warhammer recently, which has been pretty fun. Been doing a campaign for more snake-themed things. We've been playing the snake-themed Tomb King army. So that's been fun. Other stuff, no other stuff. That's it for me. I'll see you guys next time.
Cool. Well, great. This is a fun episode. I'm really excited about this campaign. I can't wait to meet Lauren's character. I hope you'll tune in next time for that. Thank you for watching, everybody, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Twitch. We appreciate it. If you don't know already, there is also a podcast version of this show you can listen to on iTunes or on Spotify. We upload every week. I'm not sure exactly what day we upload. I think it's the same day or a day after the YouTube VODs come out. So yeah, if you missed any of this or you want to tune into any of the other episodes or any other shows, they're available to you in a bunch of different formats. Go and play role-playing games. Everything we're doing here is Roll20. All the maps, all the monsters, all the stuff from the module is pre-built into Roll20. You can check it out. I am so lazy now that if I didn't have the click and drag monster manual, I'd probably just not play. So it's very useful and very helpful. One other thing I guess you can check out if you want more D&D content. Blue Jay and I are doing a little 2-hour one-shot of D&D Essentials, a little 2-player, 1 GM, 1 player thing. We're doing that live from TwitchCon on Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific, and it will be streamed. And I think it'll be streamed.
I think they announced
here?
it on. Yeah, they announced.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna stream it here or on my channel and then host it or what, but keep an eye out for that. I'll tweet about it and we'll let you know. So if you want to watch Blue Jay and I goof around with the Essentials kit, you can see that we'll be using Roll20 and showing off some of that stuff as well. So that's it for us. Thank you for coming. This has been episode number 2 of Roll20 Presents, etc., etc., etc. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net.